Okay. So here we go. That seems to be working just fine. Okay, let's double check. So that's working, but I don't hear that in my headset. That's okay.
Wait, no, we can. Wait.
We can fly back if we have to. Fly back.
Check it again. No, still don't hear
go
it.
back. We should go back where we came from. We should go back.
So the real question is... Let's see here. Let's open the sound settings.
I'm setting up traps.
Put traps on bottom floor and shit.
There we go.
That's C9 that's at the truck now. It's
okay, so we're looking good there. Okay. Alright, game's working. Everything's working just fine. Now let's make sure everything's popping off, guys. Make sure everything is popping off. So we're gonna do this on the tweeters. Let's just tweet it like that and just see how it looks. Yeah, I don't like that. But we will delete that and bring that back up. This with a plus. Do it like this. Right now. So there's got to be a better way to share it. Let me see here. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream, guys. We're over here on the YouTubes right now. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. I'm just hitting the share button right now real quick just to share this to everybody, and then we're gonna be popping off, man. So real quick, I just want to see if that's the same thing. I don't know if it's the same thing or not. Let's delete that, and then we'll put it back there one more time and just see. Okay, so it's the same thing. All right. So we will do at Apex hashtag ALGS. Okay. All right, that's on there. We got Hal. Let's display capture over there. Check my boy out. We got ALS season Pro League Day 5 popping off, guys. We got our code red. You know what's really crazy? Hal has 40K people watching, and the play Apex only has 8K. Isn't that nuts? Isn't that bananas? BABANAA. I am kind of upset that the Stream Deck doesn't have any integrations for YouTube. Actually, it's kind of a drag. Unless there's something, is there something in the store maybe that I'm missing? Because that's a real bummer if there's not. There used to be integration on here. There used to be integration. What's this? Plugins. Can we search YouTube? So there's a YouTube ticker. What's this? YouTube music. Control YouTube. What's this? Okay, so let's install. Control YouTube. That's all it says, chat.
Most teams, this is
We got these guys
familiar
popping
zone.
off here.
Most teams know that this ring is going
Let's
to
blow
pull
this up.
further southeast, and that's why you saw TSM on that Valkyl earlier, about 3 minutes ago, want to get into Dome, but got stopped by a few teams that were already there and were gatekeeping them. So
don't need
this lobby,
that.
a lot of these teams competing are very
Okay, so
much
that's
so
in.
fast zone rotate teams. You don't have teams like ESA
Sick.
and G2 and
So-
Complexity that like to play
Okay,
edge,
so I
that
can
like to play
have-
hard edge and hard
I
fight.
can have chat
so that's why you're seeing
messages.
so many teams rotate early and a lot of that real estate already happened.
Okay.
Yeah, we're watching Absolute Monarchy
Okay.
now. You can see that they know that there is a squad across the way in that doorway that they keep checking. There's also bubbles out over there. Some charge
That's
rifle
all you can
shots
do
are
is
going
chat
to be
messages, though.
fired to see if they can
Interesting.
deal some damage. But Absolute Monarchy has been picking up
Are
their
those here?
aggression throughout the day. So we're going to see if they're able to continue that upward
Oh, no
trend
counts.
throughout the rest of our games. Now checking in with Yeet as they're
Ooh.
making their Valk rotate into the zone, trying to be as safe as they can, and they
You guys
do
don't wanna see
land
that stuff.
without having to worry about too
Wow.
much damage. But they did notice some tracers behind them as they made that
So does this
fly
work now?
path on in. So they're gonna have to keep their eyes peeled for those teams.
Yeah, and as they clear out this building, I gotta circle back here for a second. Did you say there's some bubbles? Were you just calling it the lava bubbles across map? That's some next level commentary. Unless I misheard that.
Does like
but the word
anything actually pop
lava
into
bubble,
chat?
that's the next level description.
No, there
Oh,
was
there
a
it is.
Gibby
So it does work. Okay, it's
There's
just
a
on a
gibby
delay
bubble. Okay,
for whatever
I saw
reason.
some lava bubbles popping up and down. Like, is she giving us a visual description of the lava
It's,
bubble?
Okay,
yeah,
so it does work.
landscape commentary.
Let's see if
Landscape
my
commentary,
emotes
some
work.
visuals, you know. All right, I feel better now. Meanwhile, Team Liquid still playing dead side. They rotate
Hope
all
so.
the way through tree for free.
I don't know if they will or
and
not,
literally
chat.
on World's Edge right now.
Nah, they don't.
As they
Bummer.
have a ton of pressure, and this is really difficult. for
That's
them
okay,
to find
though.
themselves a really good rat spot, and there's a team right in front of them. It's Premier that's going to be gatekeeping them, but let's see how Team Liquid plays this. Crypto drone's going to be taken out there, and they will have a chance to continue this rotate.
What game are we
They
on?
have
Does
a
anybody
couple
know?
options here for
Match
how they
3.
can get out of the situation, but there is that one squad, like you're saying, Premier doesn't know exactly where
I
they
can't believe
are, so
Hal's
they
playing
will
fucking
be
Gibby right
very
now.
much paid
That's
attention to
insane.
as we check back in with TSM, who is just barely inside of the current ring, but will need to continue once the next ring does start closing down. They know that there are some squads.
Hal and them
at
got a
their
really
back
good
that they're trying
position.
to keep their focus on right now, but moving forward, they
Raps
might
playing
find themselves in a
Caustic
pinch
instead of
situation if they
Gibby?
aren't
That's
able
so
to clear and
weird.
keep the individual players out.
Yeah, so the ring's going to be closing in here in about 15 seconds, as you see, and then, of course, we're going to have about 2.5 minutes until the next ring closes, and TSM will be forced to make that rotation. They will be one of the many teams here
Let's
that will be
see.
in such
Nice.
a difficult
I love
spot.
this.
I'd love to jump in.
I love
to
this,
maybe an
guys.
extended
Everything's
listening
working
with
just
TSM
great.
here and see how they decide to play this rotation.
Isn't this awesome? See how my stuff looks.
In the back
Make
of the
sure all
building
that
is the
stuff
beacon.
looks
Where the
good.
beacon building is in the back. Use your animation, use your
Yeah.
animation.
This looks good.
The back of this building here.
Excellent. Excellent.
Put your traps on the every angle.
Yep.
Yeah, mine too.
I wish there was a way to hide
Yes,
my
yes, left side.
taskbar.
Put traps on the doors. You gotta put traps on the doors.
Don't need no dang Corona button.
We're moving.
No, we
Cortana.
can't. No, we don't have to. We don't have to. We can shoot that.
Cortana button.
Come over here. Come over here. Come over here to me. Come over here to me.
They
Come over here to me. Come over here to me. Come over here to me. Put traps down everywhere. As soon as you have
We're at a
drop.
listen in here for TSM, and as per usual, we got Hal yelling at his teammates.
Dodging that.
We're at a listen in. Sounds like me.
We're fine. We're fine.
Usual, we got Hal yelling at
Great Q here.
his teammates.
We're fine.
Sounds like Chat, who you guys rooting for?
They don't have a caustic
No, on top
inside.
of us, on top of us, on top of us.
They're gonna get
We're
from the
at
back.
a
They're
TSM
gonna
listening.
shit on.
Chat, who you guys
On the roof.
Match 3. Teams B versus A. Oh my
Back
god,
to
I
me.
just threw a
Back to me.
grenade.
Come to me. I'm bubbling again. He's right there. Right
Jump
above
onto
us.
us.
Teams B versus
Hit it again.
Toss the jump
Stay
back
on
if you
me.
can.
Across the got us.
I thought that's ours. We're fine here. We're fine here.
Oh my god, this is so close. Look at all these teams.
Team.
They're so close together. Did he just throw Gibby all? God, this is so close. Look at all these teams. They're so close
I got stuck, I got stuck. Watch me.
Did he just throw Gibby all?
Put traps down. Keep putting traps down.
Holding left.
Dude, 4 seconds. 4 seconds.
Holy crap, man. This is just pure chaos. Bubble resing.
They swung and looked under the side right here.
It's healed,
Caustic
it's
is
healed.
so good.
I'm playing the outside.
Bubble resing.
We're fine for now. I'm safe here too. I'm really good spot here. They left this
Coming
spot.
in.
I'm getting longbowed, but we're good.
No, I'm going back then.
This is nuts,
64
chat.
heavy. I'm going back. I'm going back. I'm going
What's
back.
up, everybody?
Dropping,
Welcome
30.
to the stream today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is War.
We're
We
fine.
stream
It's fine.
Apex
It's
Legends.
fine.
We provide Apex Legends tips and tricks for you guys, all kinds of cool stuff.
You gotta stop blocking with that.
I appreciate you guys all being here. We're doing a big test this month. We're gonna stream on YouTube for the entire month of December, or into till January 2nd or to January 3rd for a full month, just to see how it goes and see if it really helps the channel, to see if we grow a lot more, or see how it affects us versus Twitch. So I appreciate everybody being here. Make sure to like, comment on the stream, guys, and subscribe to the channel. And we're back at the ALGS match 3. This is an extended listen-in.
At the heel, at the heel.
Match 3. This is an extended listen-in. Holy crap.
Stay alive. Fuck. That was bad.
And he's
call.
dead. Holy crap,
And
16
Lauren, that was the
teams
most
left.
stressful listening I think the two of us have ever listened to in our esports career. But ultimately, it is going to be TSM in a tough
16
position,
teams.
doing everything that they can, and they get taken out.
Holy crap, look at the
There
circle.
were just teams at every possible angle surrounding TSM, but they managed to make that position work for an insane amount of time. And the damage that we saw Burhal's put out at the end there, as he's trying to push his way back into the building, was
Look at all these teams
crazy.
fighting on the
I
outside.
can't believe they honestly survived for as long as they did. Huge shout out to TSM, but in the end, they do go down. NRG
Everybody's
being that team
playing
that was across the way,
Caustic,
dealing
Gibby.
a lot of poke damage and being very annoying.
Caustic,
the
Gibby, Valk
entire
right now.
time, kind of being a thorn in the side of TSM while they were trying to hold some of those positions. But now checking in with Cloud9, who looks like
That's just crazy,
they're
isn't it?
taking out some ghost players.
Yeah, we didn't catch Cloud9's rotation, but you know they are an edge team. They actually have a
crazy,
max
guys.
rotation, and they've been content just being on the edge of this ring, not feeling the need like TSM to force that rotate into that position, which put them in such a difficult spot. Instead, they're comfortable just riding the zone in, slow
see,
walking
let's
it,
check,
taking fights along the way. Obviously, we have Bloodhound and
Let's
this.
check our live stream here.
We want
Let's
to play
check
that
the
TSM,
tweet
playing
and
their
make
team
sure
comp
that
well
works
with
just
Caustic
fine.
there, but it does end up costing them as they get taken out. Meanwhile, it's the other TSM member, it's Albert Lely, still part of that TSM Oregon, signed with C9, who find themselves in a good spot.
Let's
Albert.
see.
Yeah, we can see that they recognize that they're pinched in a scenario
Oh,
they
yeah.
wouldn't be in between those two teams, so they decide
Oh,
to
man,
go
that's
for
awesome.
the rotate and see if they can get somewhere a little bit safer. They,
That's
are they
so
choosing
cool.
the
Okay,
same
cool.
building that all of that action just went down at? They are going to the building that TSM just died at, as well as all those other squads. And we're going to see how this goes for them now.
Yeah, clearly cut from the same cloth as Albert Lely from his former teammates in TSM. They're going to take the same exact positioning, opposite side of the building though, which gives them cover on both
Look
sides.
at that,
Perhaps
dude.
that would have been
Octane,
the
or
answer
excuse me,
for the former
Valkyrie,
squad. Meanwhile,
Gibby,
Team Liquid is going to do the same exact
Caustic.
thing. They're going to drop on that same
Every team.
building.
Okay, this team has an
Charlotte
Ashe
themselves in
and a
fight.
Bloodhound.
NRG is mopping the floor right now, cleaning up.
NRG's
kills.
rocking
NRG is also
Valkyrie,
the kill leader
Gibby,
in
and then
73.
Wraith instead of Caustic.
NRG
So they're
has
playing
found
like Edge
themselves
right now,
in
as
such
opposed
a
to
good
like
spot outside of
TSM
all
and
of
them
the
are doing,
chaos
like
that's been
playing,
going on.
getting inside the zone and
Directly
playing a little bit
inside
better
of Dome,
position.
They've been able to pick up a lot of kills, a lot of damage in their time spent at this position. So this is huge for NRG. We were wondering if they were going to be able to pick it up here coming into this game. It seems like they are.
Holy
Now
crap.
checking back in with Cloud9 to see how this rotation ends up treating them. And they're literally now in the exact same position
Can we
that
see
TSM
the,
was in, and potentially going up against NRG in the same way.
Yeah, well, NRG gets to run it back, do the same exact thing, and say,
Where's
all right,
the,
that was just practice. Let's do it again. Let's just poke,
standings?
poke, and stay patient. And ultimately, they're
Can I
going to
see
have
them right
the
here?
Wraith ultimate back to be able to sneak in if
No,
they want
that's
to
not
push that,
clickable.
and then a Wraith ult back into safety. So we'll see how NRG plays this, if they play it the same way. But this time, they got a team to their right they're going to keep a close eye on. Nice job from Sweet, just getting the recon, getting
So
the
it
intel, and
appears,
keeping
guys,
it
that my
And if you guys notice when we just
My
took
buddy
a look at
Rabbit,
that top down there, there are
his
so
chair
many teams
busted,
on the
from what he
western
said.
portion of buildings in Dome,
And,
all just kind of waiting while all the squads on this side are battling out, picking each other off. We're down to 10 squads,
So,
but that other building
can
does
we-
not feel like it's seeing a fraction as much of
so we
action
gotta
as
go
this side is.
way back. Is there a
Just gotta take a moment, take a breath. Let the game breathe as well, because this game has just been insane. Like we said, one of the most stressful incidents we've heard.
So I can bring it into
get a moment
commands,
for
I
us to hear.
suppose.
Things will slow down a little bit with absolute
That there.
monarchy. In zone, in a good spot. The
Or
teams
I
that got
could
favored and got rewarded for rotating early.
Oh,
As
it's
the AM
good, though.
squad drops over in Lava City,
Like
so a
all
whole
that.
lot of rotation that they had to make. Meanwhile, Team Liquid, Valkyrie,
I
taking
couldn't
the
move
skies
this,
again.
actually.
Infinity Nocturnal dropping in a pretty good spot. They're going to ape a team here. Drops
change
right on top
the,
of one. They
hold
bully them right off.
Swap this around, get that.
Liquid
do
trying to
this,
get themselves
do
a
this.
solid spot on high
Okay,
right now
cool.
and running into a little bit of pressure with all of those teams that were also up there, but then down below. People know
I
where
love
they
these
are,
games,
and
man.
RG's
I love
trying
just
to
watching how
focus from
crazy it
this
is.
outside position that has been
And
working
it's also
out
nuts to
so
see
well
it
for them
and
this
have
entire
it
time.
be
Absolute
like,
Monarchy now stuck
you
still
really
just
get to
having
see,
fight everyone inside. They're
like,
down
such
to
a
Exile,
dramatic
and
difference
he
between
is
this
able to clutch
and,
up for the squad
like,
and
playing
get these
ranked.
reses.
Yeah, that's Legacy.
Excuse me.
Their first place team right now that gets taken out. So surely we'll have a new leader as a result of this. Will it be C9, who is still alive? You see them at the bottom left of your screen right there, right outside of the action.
Oh, those are
Well,
just
NRG
free
has been having
beams,
a
dude.
field day,
Those
a
are just
farm
free
day. They're
beams.
absolutely cleaning up right now with people on high ground. All game long, with all they've had to do. I'm surprised they're not out of ammo. Well, they
Free beams, son.
Because for NRG, it's been pretty easy.
NRG
Oh,
has
what a
honestly
free
just
portal
been
back
having
there.
The game that they
That's
needed
so
right
clutch,
now.
man.
Every time you think they might be in trouble, they manage to escape,
Valkyrie,
and they are just
Bloodhound, and
continuously
Gibby.
picking off these
So
squads
Valkyrie has
with ease,
literally
especially with the cover that
replaced.
They have Cloud9 though, still in
I
that
gotta
spot
tweet
that
that out.
TSM was hoping to make work for themselves as they're trying to chip away at all the teams that are around them, dropping down to that low ground while still taking damage from NRG, and this might be where they're unable to continue fending these teams off. The res is able to come out though. I think they just need to move towards the inside of where they are.
Valkyrie. Oops.
Yeah, there you go. Sweet gets one. Sweet gets a second. He's not done yet. Still leader of the lobby. He's about to get a third. That's a triple kill for Sweet, making it look so simple right now as he lights up the kill board with 6 kills for Sweet. And that is why Wraith is still so important in meta. A lot of teams have dropped Wraith in their team comp, but the way that they've been able to play this Wraith to perfection has allowed them to get a 10-plus kill game. They're still counting.
I mean, it was like NRG
that's
set up
probably-
some lawn
that's not
chairs. They were
actually
shooting
on
fish
it,
in a barrel at this point. Every single team that has been there, they've been able to pick off, but they took the spot that has failed every other team, and then it ends up doing them the same disservice.
C9 might get this.
Why?
And that is the 40th place team in Pro League.
Wow, he is
taking
just
out the
chilling.
3rd place team. That's Moners, who drops.
Look
in
at
Dome,
this,
by the way,
guys.
so
He's
they've
just
been
chilling.
Just chilling right now in a favorable spot. Meanwhile, Absolute Monarchy,
that
like you
Gibby's
see a little
dead.
bit ago, they're going to take out Moners right after.
He tried to
Team that's on
punch.
Lava
What is
City,
he
just
doing?
east and north is going to be alive and well. And Absolute Monarchy, he did an absolutely great performance today, and they're getting it.
Stompas.
Said that they were picking up their aggression from game to game. And
I hate
it
how the
looks like they're
spectate
trying
makes
to
the bullets
continue
look,
on
though. It
that
makes it look so
trend here.
weird.
This team has managed
Stompas
to
is
escape
down.
quite a few skirmishes
I hate how
with
the
their
spectate
lives, and it's paying off in spades right now. They are now the next team to move into that outside building position.
Look at
except
the
this time
bodies out
around,
there.
It is working out for
Teams
them. They
remaining.
do
Oh.
lose one player, but the other two seem okay as far as their current health situation.
He's got to let them fight it out, man.
It's Torrent Hill. Someone's on high ground on that cylinder. I think that might be another member of Lazarus. Yes, it is dropping down. It's going to be Dank, the last alive here. A Rat trying to survive. Absolute Monarchy down to 2, so we have an insane finish here. But Premier is in the best position on
this
high
team has
ground.
got
They
it
take
for
out
sure.
a flying Valkyrie, like right out of the air here. And simply enough,
All right.
Premier GG will be your champions of game number 3.
Wowza. All right. Okay, guys. So next, I want to see something real quick. I want to see if this just shows up. Like, oh, it does. That's so cool, man. So next, I want to see something real quick. I want to see if this just shows up. Like, oh, it does. That's so cool, man. That's so cool. That is really cool. That's so cool. Do I hear it? What? That is really cool. I wonder if I need to go back into sounds and what? Why do I hear the setting? I wonder if I need to go back into sounds and so if we put this just back to default. Yeah, I just don't hear that. That's fine, whatever. I'm not stressing it. I don't know why I can't hear it, but it is what it is. It is what it is. That's super cool though, man. That's muted, I know that. That's just so cool, man. Oh, I do need to update that. I do need to update that. Alright guys, let's hop into a game. This is Twitter. Boom. Boom. All that's good. Perfect. Save. Alright, let's get it. Refresh.
Join me, fellow fighter. Fight
No, I
strong.
need to edit that too. Hold up. It's season 9.
Target locked. Just like old times, Dad.
I'm just here for a laugh or two. Anyone got a light?
That. Okay. There we go. Alright, let's get it, man.
Your champion.
The interface is really weird, but like I think I can get used to it. I think I can get used to it. You know what I mean? I think I can get used to that. Okay. Let's go.
Beware of the ground. Lava
This
resides
is
over
your
there.
problem. You give up too easily.
We gotta
Get up and fight, my brother.
He wants to get warmed up.
I love this part!
Where are we going? No, look at all these teams. What are we
Might be something good
doing?
this way.
I can't hear you, man. Sorry.
We're going to trials? I mean, I prefer to hot drop and fight. I don't want to spend the first 10 or 20 minutes of my
I
game
prepared
looting.
this trial that others might test their skills. But perhaps I can join briefly. We are inside the ring. On faith.
You know what I mean?
Fight well.
I do.
Bring it to its end.
If you flame out this soon, why'd you even come?
You are one with the hunt. The prize is yours and yours alone.
But we're here. We might as well do it.
Round 2. Hold fast, fly fighter.
Later, champ.
What the hell? Bitch.
The All-Father graces your victory this day. Tucker your reward from the center.
Alright.
Round 3. Victory is within reach.
Alright, that guy's dead.
The All-Father graces your victory. Tucker your
Oh,
reward.
well, look at all that.
Let's go here.
All right, let's go fight.
Let's go to countdown.
Recharging my shields.
Let's go. Ooh, I missed the rope. Pretty sure it was two teams that landed in Skyhook, but I'm not for sure. Let's get funky though. I don't think anybody landed here either. It looks unlooted. Ooh. Alright, I'm gonna drop flatline. That's what it is. PK. Give me that PK. Ooh, it's a Volt. I'll take that.
Warning. In progress. Nice. Safe to touch down. Extended energy mag
Oh,
here.
my dude.
Level 4.
My dude.
Let's explore. I could use that.
Oh, a Sentinel?
Attention. There is a new kill leader.
Alright, I'm taking Sentinel.
Optics here. Mid-range.
I'm dropping the PK.
Kill leader, but they haven't won yet. Cargo locked down. Finders keepers.
Careful. New kill leader.
What sites you got? 3 times?
I need
Alright.
it.
Gotta hop up here. Turbocharger. Care package coming down.
Extra purple.
Emotions here. Level 3.
Hands off, that's a frizzy perfume. Optics here. Mid-range.
I'll take that instead.
Sniper stock here. Level 3.
Oh, how generous.
Phoenix kit here.
Alright, we really need to fight.
Extended sniper mag here. Level 3.
I got it. I got level 3.
You think there's be people at the hot drop?
Nah, man. I hate to say it, but like, for this map, the only two places you should land is Fragment or Lava Siphon.
I'm sure I have to say, that can scare the shit out of me.
Those two places have all the players. I mean, look at that. We're like, what, 10 minutes in or something like that? All this looting, there's only 6 other teams.
Well, you wanna go to
Backpack
Fragment?
here. Level
Yeah,
2.
we can head that way. Somebody did come through landslide. I just don't know where they're at. Let's see.
Oh, I was gonna take my special to Fragment if you want.
Yeah. Let's go. Coming back to you.
Alert 5. Valkyrie on station. We are go for burn.
We are go for burn.
Go for burn. Drinks are not complimentary.
Take us
on
to
this
the
flight.
promised
Those
land.
Good God, they were singing enough.
There we go.
Might be something good this time.
I'm gonna scan behind us.
Marking our
One guy behind us.
target over there.
That'd be an enemy, fellas.
Hey, okay. All right, mister. Stop shooting at me. Getting shot at. 79 purple.
Stand back.
I'm pushing left. Oh, they're fighting up at construction now. This team's sitting in there. Hey, close on me, close on me.
New kill leader. But they haven't won.
88 on Octane, purple.
5-3, cover the pods.
Calling upon nature's strength.
88 purple on Pathfinder. 141 on Wraith. She's right here behind this. Push the Octane, push the Octane. Oh, they're running. I got to back up. I got to bat. I got to bat.
Under fire. Firing.
Got Pathfinder.
I'm coming. I'm coming. Wraith is pushing you on your right. I'm going to intercept. I'm going to intercept.
Dead.
She's on the balcony. Octane. Oh my god, 66.
Reloading.
I got to hit another bat.
Charging my shield.
Under fire.
I'm going to armor swap. Coming.
Reloading.
They're both in here.
Throwing arc star.
I'm nading.
He's coming up the outside.
Got her. Octane should be right here.
I downed a hostile. Bless me. Took out a hostile.
Octane's in on your building. He's in on your building. Come this way, Fuse.
Reloading.
Towards me.
Fire.
Enemy right here.
So weird.
Help. I'm down.
Enemy here. Let's go here. Enemy here.
He's so weak.
The armor swapped on you. Let's go, dude.
That entire squad has fallen.
Let's go.
I will assist you.
Oh man, I didn't have an armor swap either, man. That was close.
Healing my wounds.
Cheers for the help. I owe ya. Using a Phoenix kit.
1 minute remains. The ring is closed.
Anyone got a mobile respawn in any of these boxes?
I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check.
Taking a moment to recharge my shields.
Ring close and close.
You didn't have one on your box, right?
It's moving time.
I don't think so now.
Okay. Somebody just mobiled. I got heat shields.
Ring will be closing in 30, but she ain't far.
You did not. I don't know if any of these guys did.
Recharging my shields.
Is it in the? I don't know. I don't think it's in the crafter.
You guys gotta go to somewhere anyway.
Recharging my
Might as well.
shields. Almost there. We are close to the ring.
I don't know where you down the Pathfinder at, but
The ring is moving for live fighters. No one
I'm
is
gonna check the
inside.
crafter real quick.
Recharging my shields.
It is
Crafting.
not in
I
here.
will not be long.
That's not good.
We ought to go here. Got a secure tank coming in.
Yeah, we could res you up there. Oh no, that's been taken too.
Skyhook early.
What about all these boxes that were back here? Nope. 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 We're gonna have to res you in Skyhook, man.
Yep.
I'm just gonna hit this jump tower and go, Fuse. There wasn't anything else closer? No.
There wasn't. No. That's right.
Dang, a lot of people using that stuff, dog.
Yeah, no. There's a guy that got
Marking
a
our
last guy
surroundings.
that one.
Replicator being delivered.
Here comes a replicator.
Oh, nobody's team just redeployed. They're going for that care package. I'm just gonna hot res you. I'm gonna cover as much as I can. Woo!
I'm just gonna group up.
Oh, I just got Krabered, bro.
Well,
Wow.
I'm gonna drop it on you. Right?
I can't believe I just got Krabered, bro. What a shit way to end this. What's up, Mike? I can't believe I just got Kraber. What's going on, Mike? What's up, dude? I can't believe I just got Krabered. Mary Mills. Vast Tech? What the hell? Am I cool, Mike? I'm War, man. I'm Warlug. Hey, man, you seem super familiar. Did you play ranked back in the day? Yeah, man, I played ranked, and I played in the early days of the ALGS. I played a lot of ranked, man. A lot of ranked.
Well, looks like I'm inside the ring.
Have I played with you before, Mike? And I don't know, Mary Mills, I don't know what that, what you're posting. Go for the res. I believe in you. I believe in you. Oh, Sweet Rabbit is getting out. Sweet.
Already inside the ring, eh, Fusey? Always were the king.
Always were the king. Hey. No, I don't think we played, but I remember streams back in the day around season 3. Yeah, dude, I've been playing since launch. And back in season 3, I played Watson. I played Watson all the time. All right, brother, let's win this game. I can't believe there's still 4 teams left.
Barrel stabilizer here. Level 1. Grenade here.
Oh. Somebody was shooting at me.
RE45 here.
I'm gonna take that 9 unless you took it. Actually, I'm gonna scan. It's only 2. It's only 2. My door. Valkyrie, purple. She's got a PK. Be careful. Oh my god, I'm dead. Oh, that was a tough match. What's my Discord? Hold up. I gotta send my boy my Discord. Is he getting in Discord? Who is this? Oh. Copy link. Well, that was rough. Give me just a second, guys. I'm sending my buddy an invite. That should work. Is my boy on PC? No, I don't think we've played, but I remember streams back in the day around season 3. Yeah, man, I played Watson a lot back then. I played Watson a bunch, man. God, she was so good back then. She's actually pretty decent now, but... But that's cool, man. That's cool, Mike, that you were back a part of some of the streams back then, man. That's super cool. Super cool. I actually need to make my bed while we're waiting, guys. Look at that. My blankets are all up and shit. Waiting to see if he pops in. There we go. There we go. Gonna have to turn on my RGBs, man. Been waiting for my other lights to get here. Waiting to see if he's popping in or not. Let's see if he got in. Let's see if my boy is in here. I need to pump myself full of some of this. We're gonna make up some G Fuel too. And we're gonna crack into some more games, man. We are gonna do this real quick though. We got let's bring the ALGS back up. Theater mode while we're waiting. Yeah, I missed season 3. That was the season I had the most games played in kills. Dude, that's incredible, man. Because if you think about that time during Apex, like Apex was really starting to like evolve, you know? So it was definitely like a really fun time. Welcome back. I actually really liked I really enjoyed Apex Season 3 because Watson was probably one of my favorite legends at the time. She was just so fun to use. Oh, on my mobile app. Does it like sign me out? Oh crap. It's so weird. You gotta send him a message. Just got on. Just warming up, brother, and watching ALGS. All right. Let's see if he's in. I don't know if Rabbit's in or not. Let's take a look. Welcome. Nope, he hasn't been popped in yet. Let's see what he said. It worked. Join game lobby. All right. I'm gonna hop into game lobby and just see. Hopefully, hopefully he'll be able to get in here and play with us. But what the hell? The hell was that? The hell was that? Let's go to sounds real quick. Who's my favorite pro controller player? Well, it used to be, you know, it sucks to see him go, but Snipe Down was the man. But besides Snipe Down, I really like there we go, that's working now. I really like Resolute, or however the heck you say his name. Reztalu, or however the hell you say it. He's an absolute monster. You know what I mean? For a controller player, absolutely insane. And I know there's a lot of other like really good controller players out there. Like, don't get me wrong, but Snipe Down was definitely my favorite. And it was more or less like Snipe Down was really good, but he wasn't obviously the most cracked controller player. Like, I think consistently, like Resolute was probably, or Designful actually. Designful might be better than Resolute. As far as like just being super flashy and crazy with kills. But when it came to consistency, man, like Snipe Down was just the man. Plus, like, I also really liked him because it played more like towards my play style. Like, I really like to play Bloodhound or like the second fragger on a team. You know what I mean? Almost like an assistant, like IGL. I like to be like the support. So like when you look at a team, you know what I mean? Like if, let's go old school. Like if our main IGL is running Wraith, the entry fragger, then I'm playing Bloodhound as the second fragger, support legend, and then we have Gibby on our team. I did switch and play Gibby for a while, but like when I first started playing ranked and competitive, I played Watson for 2 seasons. Yeah, I played Watson in season 3 and 4, and I think 5. I think I played her for 3 seasons. And then I switched to Caustic because Caustic got his huge buff. And then I switched to Bloodhound. And then as far as ranked, when season 7 hit, I played Horizon just in ranked, but when it really came down to it, I played Bloodhound. And then I've been playing Gibby recently in ranked. But now that everything's changed, it's like Valkyrie is very playable, like Gibby is there. Caustic's kind of coming back. But I'm like a Bloodhound player, man. Bloodhound is just so good. Yo, what's up, man? Can you hear me? Lord, you sent me an invite. My shit fucked up big time. Your link won't let me look at it. I don't know what that means. Let me see. I heard him pop in. Let's see. Let's see. Rabbit, you're in here. Okay, so I can't hear you, Rabbit, but it shows your stuff working. So you need to go down on the Discord and go to user settings, and you need to go to voice and video and change your output to voice or output device to whatever, something else, so I can hear you. So whatever that is, because unless I can't hear you. Let me do this real quick. Is my mic? Yeah, my mic's working. Can you hear me, bro? You should be able to hear me. Mic. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. BRB, appreciate it, man. I appreciate you being here, Mike. That's so cool, dude. Thank you. Check, check. Check. Okay, so now my mic is not working. So let's go in here. Let's change this. Oop, that's not good. I don't know what happened there. Testing? Nope. What the hell is happening right now? What the fudge ruckers? Let's exit the desktop real quick.
Carnage with ultimates raining down left, right, and center.
It's about that utility that was just thrown forward there by CLX. She had defensive bombardment.
Gaming center. Rabbit, you there?
Grenades. It was difficult.
Okay, buddy. If you can hear me, I can't hear you. But on my Discord, it shows the green ring around your thing. So you need to go to the bottom next to your name under user settings and go to voice and video. And you need to change whatever your output device is. You need to change that so I can hear you.
He wants anything to do with this. CLX still trying to hold down these crates.
There's just not going to be enough real estate for every team that's left still on this server. So you've got to be careful. Renegades, Sorcerer is the first to go down. Vaxilon and Pow Pow need to go huge here to try and save this.
Big damage though. It's going to do damage to Pow Pow.
Like, if you can hear me, that you just need to change it to that.
Pow Pow will go down. Luxford wins the fight. 5 kills to his name. But we know that pressure is going to keep coming in. Crucian is down, but not finished, so they might be able to get back up to a 2-man.
I can't believe you're on PC, bro. If you can hear me though, Rabbit, like message me on PSN and let me know if you can hear me.
He's just going to be looting up for his team, bring it back to Mets.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna get a thing in to make some G
20
Fuel,
seconds
guys.
this round 4 is closing in. Look at the size of that circle and look how many teams we still have alive. Oxy Aries is the first to go down in what I presume is going to be mental, as everyone tries to get behind any rock, everyone tries to get towards this bridge area. Reps has also just been naded.
Just as you say that, TSM trying to win this fight. The zone is forcing them into this situation as well. Verhulst is going to throw that arc star to the edge of the bubble, maybe to give them a bit of time to try and get out of dodge. Speaking of which, he's going to have to hit the jets and retreat, as Hal will go down as well, as TSM FTX down to 1.
You've got to try and survive for as long as possible here, because teams were falling like flies. TSM out in 13th position. The Knights, who were holding down that train track for so long, are still alive and still on top of several other teams. C9 just got wiped as well, as just like that we go from 16 teams all the way down to 50, down to 9.
I can hear you fine. Just trying to figure
yet.
yours out. Okay, Rabbit. So yeah, so what you need to do, Rabbit, is just go down. Like if you're looking on the thing where game lobby is and you see our names, go straight down from there. You see your name at the very bottom and your number. To the right, user settings. Go down to voice and video, and output device. Just go through each and every single one until I can hear you. Like, click one and then say something, and then go to the next one and so on until I tell you I can hear you.
Try and win this game with 9 squads remaining is going to be a tough push, especially with only 2 players still in the lobby. There is a knock inside. They will get that finish. They
Still
will
nothing yet, Rabbit.
That's going to be Crook taken down.
I love this from Team Liquid though, showing confidence even as a 2. You said about it yourself, confidence, show presence, make the rest of the lobby think you're still a 3, and try and take one of these priority positions. This
because your input device is fine. That's what's making me see the green ring around your name. So your output device is what's.
And it looks like Premier GG and Team Liquid might just cohabit in this building for now.
Going to be coexisting.
Typically, the best way for your output device is to be one that's like the real-time speakers, or like if you're using a headset like I have, like the Astros or whatever, to make it that headset. Typically, that works.
One worrying thing here for Premier is the fact that if you look at the HP, you look at the armor, even though it's a 2v2, Liquid certainly have the advantage.
You also might need to go down onto your PC, go down to the volume thing on your taskbar, go to sounds, and then go up to recording and playback. And under playback, have your headset be your default communication device, and then in recording, you need your microphone to be a default communication device.
Like they won the initial battle, so they will have a few
but this ALGS is going insane tonight, guys. Insane. These games are so good. We still got 2 more games after this one.
We've seen this man do some crazy things as the last player alive for his team. Can he do it again now for NRG?
Absolute Monarchy went down. Charlotte Phoenix also fell, which means that NRG, who were involved in that entire engagement,
is he getting the res off?
Happy to see both teams going down so that they can maybe get a res here. They will, but at what cost? Sweet manages to get him up, but has to then back off, go into the void just to try and play rat mode.
Oh!
6 squads remaining, make it 4.
Sweet got
Sweet will eventually fall. And we have some full squads that can do some real damage. We know that inside that building there are 2 sets of 2, but aside from that, you've got
I'm gonna
Knights,
tell you to call me.
and you've also got the boys who are on top that really could just change this. Team
shoot me a call, man, and I can help you.
Ghost Gaming, Knights, and Premier GG, your last 5 remaining teams.
Team Liquid just trying to do what they can do to survive for now. They put up some temporary defenses, temporary barrier, a little head glitch for them to work with. However, that EMP is just going to remove all of those barrels now. Both teams inside of the building are in a really rough spot now, especially with Knights and Ghost Gaming looking down upon them. Ghost Gaming here on top of the tracks, Knights on top of the building that they are cohabiting for now. 5 kills here for Madness. I mean, when you're joining a roster and you want to put in a performance, this is certainly an example that you would like to bring up at the end of things.
Try to help you out, Rabbit, as best I can.
Liquid still in inside of that building. Looks like
change that and put you
a couple of
to
players are trying to move underneath
rolls.
as
We
well.
are gonna make
So
you
Ghost
a
Gaming kind of
mod.
keep to the castle for
Or
now, but as that
actually,
red starts to close behind them down, they're going to have to move down from that high ground, and they might be the
warrior.
targets of the lobby.
They do have that little
There we
cliff
go.
edge they can play, but it's this one player from Noble they've got to worry about. That's great focus from them, but look at the amount of coverage they have from all of these
Scat
rocks. They
Dog's
can
in
very
here.
much use this as a little head glitch, force the other teams to fight here, and they are in one of the prime positions to win this game.
Noble lose one.
Yeah, because if
Zero
you
will
got
pick
your
up the
headset
kill.
plugged in,
Joey will
Rabbit,
pick
you
up
should
a
be able
second
to
onto Ronnie, and Joey will be
hear.
cleaning up pretty much everything on that side of the map. And now we're down to just 3 teams. Knights having a big fight and a lot of positivity coming out of the side of it for
that's
them. But
cool.
now we're down to just 2 squads remaining. Ghost Gaming holding this high ground for so long, and it ends up being a very simple job
Ghost
for them
Gaming.
to close out. The winners of our game number 4.
Ghost
in the North
Gaming,
American Pro League
nice.
is Ghost Gaming.
Dude,
The
the
lay of
bruiser
land just
on
was
the
perfect there
freaking
for Ghost Gaming. They had the high ground for
the
so long,
bruiser
they
on the,
naturally avoid any bullets from other teams, but then also once they
Yo,
did
what's up,
drop,
brother?
the amount of coverage that they were able to use with those rocks and with the kind of hillside allowed them to put shots onto other teams, but also bubbled up at the right time and forced
in
everyone
which
else
settings?
to compete before they got involved. It was very comfortable for them. Really,
Correct.
That last
You need,
circle,
yeah,
they
you
didn't
need
have to
on the
do
main
too
computer. It
much
needs to be
aside from
off the
position
controller,
themselves
100%.
in a way where they could just watch everything go down. For Premier GG, who
Yeah, you
tried
could
to go
flat
back
out
to back,
disable it. You don't
wasn't
need that at
quite
all.
the Cinderella story, as they only had 2 players after the impressive push that we saw from Team Liquid,
Yep.
who actually came out in 3rd place as a 2. So that's an extremely impressive one.
Because you have a
Yeah,
gaming headset like I do, right?
Flip of the table once again, very similar to what we saw
There you
yesterday
go.
in Amir in our game number 4.
So
You
in
have the likes of
playback
Legacy,
under sound,
MX
you
in
need that
14,
to be
who
your
are right up
headphones
there
need
at
to
the
be
top of the
default
table.
communication
TSM,
device.
Cloud9
And then
Lazarus,
under
all not really
okay,
getting a huge
and then
amount of
under
points on the
recording
board,
you
which is gonna
have
make
headset
that
microphone
leaderboard
as your
even
communication
more
device.
interesting. But Ghost Gaming, we need to give them even more credit than we are at the moment, Dan, because it's not just the fact that they won the game. 12 kills
Okay,
alongside it as
perfect.
well. That's a 24-point bomb.
Yeah, whilst they were sitting on top of those
So then
tracks,
in
they were making
Discord,
life,
under
a
the
living
sound
misery
and
for
video,
everyone who
voice
wanted
and
to try
video,
get
the
into
input and
circle.
output
I think when
is your
you
headset.
are in the best position in the game, and
And
you
I just
still
can't
see
hear you.
19 squads are alive as round 4
Yeah, you're
is
talking
involved,
just
you're like,
fine, but I just
we can
can't
pick up
hear
some
you.
serious KP here, boys, because we are in one of the places where we can watch everything unfold in front of us. We are going to be able to third party without taking the risk of having to expose ourselves too much. I was very impressed with how they did transition from that top bit of the train track to push over to
The output
engagements that
volume
were
shouldn't
happening just to
matter.
their north, and then quickly get out of that fight once they realized that they got enough. They managed to pick up some KP.
Yeah, that shouldn't
and now
matter.
they will be.
You've gone through all the other
serious
output
points here.
devices?
They were where 14th coming into this
On
game.
Discord?
We're going to see them climb all the way up that leaderboard,
Okay.
and that seems to be the story here of Group A versus B in round 5. Because every single time we think we're going to start to see a little bit of
when you pop
stability
in, you're set at
this group,
100
it doesn't
right
happen.
now.
Someone just bursts through and manages to shoot their way up.
Yeah, it gives the last 2 games a very exciting feel, though, right? Still having that unknown of who is going to be able to actually take gaming, though. Well, I mean, you said it right. 13 places.
Oh,
on
that
to the
might
top
be
of the table,
why.
but only 2
I have the
points
actual
ahead
app downloaded
of
on the computer.
Absolute Monarchy. And how ridiculous is that, by the way? 35
Oh,
points
I
is
see.
First,
Gotcha.
8th place
Okay.
is 30. And then you can see it's
Well, I
pretty
mean,
much
he doesn't
as
have to
close
use
as you could
Discord if you
possibly
guys just want
imagine,
to,
all
or if
the
he
way
just
down
wants to
there.
play
So
tonight.
one
We can
game-
still use game
one
chat, and
game
you
is
guys
all
can
it
figure
takes
that out
for
later
these
if you
teams
want.
to fly up that leaderboard. And with only 2 games remaining, Dan, it's very difficult to judge
Okay.
who is actually going to come out on top here.
I thought you were going to burst
Okay.
into song then. One game is all it takes.
Then the only
Fall in love with me.
the only
But,
other
you know,
thing
this gonna
is
be a very
like in
exciting match
playback,
5 and
what is
6.
your
We have
normal
teed ourselves
default
up
device in
perfectly
playback?
in round 5. I can't wait to see what's going to happen in match 5, because if you are
Your
looking
default
at
should be
this
like
table
whatever
right now as
your
a team,
computer
you
speakers
say,
would be.
we've got such an opportunity to pick up 12 points. We are not far behind whatsoever. Even if you're down in the bottom half of the table and you're 20 points behind.
No,
you've
no,
got
no.
2
So
games
in the
left.
computer
You know how
sound
easy it is
settings
to
where you
get
have the
20
playback
points
and
across 2
recording that
games
you
if
set
are
your
a
headset to
team
be
that is
the
on
default
top of your
communication
stuff,
device.
yeah, you can get this job done. I think
You
everyone
also
should be
need
excited for these next
one-
2 games, because they
Okay.
are going to be
You
bangers.
also need.
Well, that's
Oh,
what
so
we
in
can
Discord
promise.
you
I
have
would
that
also
set.
apologize to everyone for our awful singing, but we are going to go to a break now, and we do have
So
two
on
very,
computer,
very exciting
still
games
in
with a lot of
playback and
different
recording, you
consequences
still
that could be
need
coming your way
a
in just a few
default
months.
device. So yeah, on the computer, down in the right-hand corner where you see the sound button, right-click and you should be able to see sounds. Click sounds. Yep. Okay. So in playback and recording, those 2 tabs. So in playback, you need the headset that you have that you're using to be your default communication device. So how you do that is you go find your headset, right click, and then set it as communication. It says default communication. Okay, perfect. Go to the recording tab, and headset microphone needs to be your communication device as well. Okay, back to playback tab. Do you have speakers on the PC? Does the monitor have speakers at all? You could select the monitor speakers, right click, and make that the default device and see if that works. Because like my PC has, like I have manual speakers that I plugged in, so that's what I have to be able to hear it pop back into my headset. But that may work. And set that to default device under playback. I don't hear you talking in Discord. I don't see it popping up. Nope. Double check your settings again, voice and video, because you changed those. It might have changed inside Discord. And then input is still your headset. You could make both of those default device. You could change them to default device and see if that works. He's like, it only messes up when I use it. I mean, that may be it. I'm not for sure. I've never actually used the desktop to like talk and stuff. I've always used the app on the PC, so it could be that. I'm not sure, but you can try it real quick and see if it makes a difference. Because if it does, then it's like, then that's easy. It's just like, okay, you just gotta sign out, sign in, kind of stuff. TSM is 6th place, NRG's 3rd place right now at going into game 5. Sentinels, G2 7th. God, they're so consistent, man.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Apex Legends Global Series Pro League. This is North America. Game number 5 on our second to last match day of Pro League, which means second to last opportunity to break into the top 20.
I don't know who this new girl is that's commentating, but she's
alongside Glitter. We were wondering when the Ghost.
She's way better than Girl. Shout out to Girl, I love you, but this girl is just like.
You were hoping for it. You put it out there in the universe, and they had a phenomenal game number 4 to say. I mean, 13 places. 13 places.
Can you believe there's only 19 teams, man? It's so dumb because
freaking. When you take into consideration just how close the entire top 10 is, this is huge for Ghost Gaming. But I also got to give a shout out to Knights. Knights are one of those teams that were like right in that bubble area for that top 20 situation, and getting themselves up into 3rd after that last game performance is huge for them as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Big performance both of them. 13th place jump is the most we've seen today,
Where's
including our
G2
media broadcast.
at?
And that's the thing. Put some respect on Madness's name. A lot of unnecessary and uncalled for hate.
They must be in a different group.
He is one of the top players. He's been winning championships. He's won 4 or 5 championships with that former CLG and Skirt roster, and he's showing the impact he can immediately have on a team by joining Ghost Gaming. And of course, Panders, in my opinion, the most underrated controller player in all of Apex. He's so incredibly talented. This is a team that can pop off at any time. We just saw it right there as we take a look at the highlights here from match number 4.
Yeah, I mean, it was honestly a really, really clean game for them. They played their position very, very well. And we also talked about Knights. They had an aggressive game. I mean, we were talking about 12 kills
I don't even know who those guys
Ghost
are.
Gaming, right? Well, I mean, Knights isn't that far behind with 11. It was massive performances from those top 2 teams.
Yeah, 24 and 21-point game, respectively. Just an insane performance from both of these squads. And this is where Ghost was able to kind of clean up and wrap things up with that 12-kill first-place finish. record we've seen in ALGS Pro League is 17 kills, which is just insane to think about. I'm not sure if we'll see that be broken unless NRG or someone of the like pull off something miraculous.
Did you like
here
set up some
in
weird
game
password?
5. We got 2 games left, and the crazy thing is, Glitter, I
No.
don't think any of us would have predicted in our top 3 we don't see Cloud9, we
Not
don't
me.
see TSM, and we don't see NRG.
I feel like this is just the EMEA repeat for the day, stylistically. I mean, the underdogs are coming up to the top of the leaderboards all day today. The teams
Forgot
that
the
needed those
password
points,
already.
they know they're under the wire now, and everybody is fighting. I'm not mad about it. This is what I love about Apex Legends. Yes, we obviously have our top teams. That's why overall they're consistently in a top spot, even if there's some yo-yoing here and there.
Who is this
throughout
girl?
An individual day.
What's her name?
But the teams that are desperate,
Hollow
whether that's
Girl?
making it out of relegation or just trying to get into
Yeah,
the
who's
playoffs,
commentating?
they're
Hollow
showing
Girl?
up today, and that's why all of these teams deserve to be here in this split.
Yeah, let's go ahead and show a visual of what exactly we mean when we say the teams that had their backs against the wall and needed to perform have. I mean, take a look at this page.
Look at that,
Top 20.
regular
You
season
don't see
standings.
Ghost Gaming. You don't see Lazarus. You don't see a lot of these teams, Legacy. And meanwhile, the top 20, the green boxes, that means you will qualify at the end of the Pro League on Sunday for the playoffs. Let's flip over to the second page.
playoffs.
We see
Who's
obviously
in there?
Esports
Wait a
Arena,
second.
Sentinels, Complexity,
Oh, you
Space
popped
Station.
out. I
Those are
heard you
teams that are
pop
gonna be playing
out.
tomorrow in groups C versus D. But here we go. Lazarus, Charlotte Phoenix, Ghost Gaming, Legacy. So many teams that were on the brink of not qualifying and or even being relegated. I mean, Legacy is in 32nd, just one place away from being in the bottom 8 and being relegated and having to re-qualify for the split playoffs. Obviously, we also have our Challenger Circuit teams who have been grinding through the Challenger Circuit for their chance to play the Pro League next season as well. So a lot at stake here, and Kate talked about it in the EMEA broadcast. She said, hey, why are these teams performing well? When you are in that level of win or go home, of desperation,
say again.
you turn up, and that is what we're seeing
Okay,
so far
I don't hear
from
you.
some of these teams.
It shows you talking, but I don't hear you inside my
We saw
headset.
there that Knights is holding on to that
So,
20th place
so your
position,
your
immediately followed by
input's fine,
Lazarus,
your
who has
output.
steadily moved up that overall because of their performance here
So
today.
going-
And you mentioned Legacy MX as well. They were originally in that relegation spot. Performances so far have now at least jumped them up enough
No.
to be
The
just
input
barely outside
is
of it.
like
Obviously,
your
they
mic
wanna
that you would
continue
talk.
that
The
climb, so they don't have
output
to
is
worry
where
about
it would
falling
go
back
through.
down
Yeah.
below, but a lot of these performances are making a big difference now. Take into consideration there
Nah, it
obviously
shows you
are teams
talking,
on
I
that
just
list
don't
that
hear
don't
you.
play until tomorrow, and that will once again shake up those standings.
Because you can hear me,
But
right?
now,
Inside Discord,
a
you
lot
can
of
hear me.
squads are doing exactly what they need to be
Okay.
doing with these situations.
So yeah, output
That's right.
device,
So
maybe
the
just
stage is
cycle
certainly
through them
set.
all,
Will we see
say
these
something,
teams
and
that must perform continue
go
to
through
do
each
so
of
in
them
games
just to
5
see.
and 6, or will we see order be restored with teams like Team Liquid, TSM, Cloud9, and the like perform and show up? NRG is another squad that had a really big game 3, but was relatively quiet in game number 4.
Yeah,
We
you
will
can
find
try it
out
then.
as The game is loading. We're gonna be jumping into the dropship and kicking off game number 5. If you're just tuning in,
Nah.
welcome to the Apex Legends Global Series Pro League Fallout alongside Glitter here. As we are in the North American broadcast, game number 5 of our 6-game series.
It doesn't hurt. It
Last
doesn't hurt to
weekend
try
of
it. Screw
Pro
it.
League gameplay. We're gonna have back-to-back displays and broadcasts here of Pro League. Today is Group A versus B. Tomorrow's
Nah, I
Group
just hear
C
you in the
versus
phone.
D, and then we run it back again on Sunday as we see.
Yeah, see, now-
World's
now
Edge
it's not
loading
lighting up.
here. Game number 5 is here, Glitter.
Let's get into it. I'm excited. This is our last game together of the day here, Fallout. This is the
Okay, there you
second
go.
to last
You're lighting
game
back
of
up,
the
but I don't hear you.
entire day. I mean, there are a couple squads that can completely turn their performance around. Or like you're saying, are we going to see those heavy hitters in the last 2 games of the day
Nope,
really start to
just
step
in the
it
phone.
up? At that point, I mean, we talked about it, right? I said it earlier. When those teams are at the top, they're taking away a lot of points from the teams that are in the middle or towards the bottom that need those teams. We've seen multiple games now where the NRGs, the TSMs, they're not at the top of the leaderboards, and it's completely shaken things up.
That's right. We're gonna Ghost Gaming.
It's all your
Lava
fault,
Sections. They
Rabbit.
get all of Lava Sections to themselves, which means, quite a bit of
Yeah,
loot.
because the only
And
other
you're
thing I
also
can think of is
somewhat
like,
centralized,
because
obviously
in the
pretty far
PC
south.
under
And
sound
if you
settings,
take
you
a
have
look
the
at this
playback and
zone here,
recording
it
set
is
to the
going
headset,
be a
so
southwest
I'm not really sure
finish, which is great for NRG, great for Ghost Gaming making their rotation
why that's not
through.
working.
This is an
Like, 'cause then it's
interesting
showing in
zone here.
Discord that
We'll
it's
see
talking
how
just
Cloud9
fine.
coming from Climatizer will play this TSM. How fast are they going to rotate out of Fragment?
Let me see
Keep
something
close eye on
here.
Interesting.
that.
I mean, I was just saying, is it going to be the top teams have their moment to shine here? That is looking pretty good for NRG. We know how well they can do when zones are on that side of the map and in their favor. So we'll definitely be keeping our eyes out to see how things continue to play out. But now
try this.
in
Go
with
to the
Kara,
bottom right on the PC
seeing how
again.
they're
Go to
starting off
the
their early
volume.
game,
Right
getting
click and go
their
to
loot
open
in
sound
here.
settings.
It's going to be interesting to see how some of these teams rotate
And then make sure
on
the
over to the
output
western side
and your
of the map.
input
It's a
is
little
also
bit
your headset, just to be sure.
different than we've seen all day.
Okay.
So I think it's going to make things interesting.
Then I wonder if under advanced settings in Discord,
Currently in 18th
do you have
place
stuff
out of
set to
19
default?
teams with 8 points. So we just check them out. We're going to jump on board with the other team. Is E8 in 19th place, currently in dead last right now.
So same thing, like bottom right hand corner PC, right click, and then open sound settings, and then scroll down and go to advanced sound options.
As well, E8 in 28th place overall. Era
and then
on the brink of
Discord,
getting relegated
the
in
output and input
37th.
is
So we'll see
should be
if
set
they
to
can step
default,
up,
but
much like we've seen Knights,
I just want
Lazarus,
okay.
and Legacy and others do so.
Maybe change output to your headset.
Managing to find a decent amount of loot here for themselves, and they can see that they're not too far away from where the zone is right now, so they're going to be able to loot up Lava Fisher pretty nicely for themselves. Get a little crafting done here.
Wait, you have the app open and Chrome?
Right now.
Oh, close
in this
Chrome.
area and this early on, so they
close that.
will be looted up pretty solidly. From there, it's just going to boil down to how they use that loot, what their positioning
I'm
is
as baffled as you are right now. I don't understand why it's not
and you said it. They need these points. They're in a position where they can't afford to continue missing out on these points.
Under
that's right.
under the Discord voice and video output, is there? I know that you have the headset, but is there one like my Astro has two different ones? There's the headset and then there's the microphone. Like, do you have two options like that under your?
If they end up
no, it's just one.
Team Liquid. Meanwhile, we wonder how soon TSM would rotate. And this answers your question. Already over in Harvester is TSM. Quick rotation from them.
Yeah, they have covered a lot of ground in a very short amount of time. Wait, what are you saying?
I think they might be trying to bait the landslide push.
Do you have the headset plugged into the controller that's plugged into the PC or the PC itself?
So I think they might be actually working their side, which means Legacy might be just around the corner here.
Oh, it's USB, okay.
Some hidden barrels, and I think they're baiting this.
I mean, I would not be surprised if that's the plan. They
Yeah,
want
I
to
am
get
not
some more
sure.
points on the board.
It shows you talking just fine, but I just don't hear you.
With their points today, knowing that they are just capable of getting a lot more. So if they go for this early game aggression to see if they can take this one out, would not be surprised at all. And it would be a really, really solid start for them here in the second to last game.
Yeah, doing some weapon swapping as
well.
well.
That's fine, man.
Rampage can be in the hands of Hal, and that's something that we've seen over the last
I mean, if you haven't downloaded Apex, you got, 11 seasons worth of...
People realize, wait, this Rampage thing is pretty good, even though it came out the same time
it's updated.
came out.
Okay.
A lot of people started using that Rampage more recently. Obviously, you can power that bad boy up with the thermite, and that thing gets ticking, let me tell you, for quite a bit of damage. Shoots real slow, chugs along, though. It does quite a bit of damage, as we see Hal with the Rampage in hand.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm
not sure. Those are all the options that I've gone through for.
You're absolutely right in saying that this is a weapon that's been used quite frequently.
Do you have the allow apps to access your microphone?
Them, trying to deal a little bit of poke damage. They will find themselves in a situation, though, if they draw too much attention to their position, Noble being that squad that's across the way, that a lot of teams will start realizing they're there and potentially try to push up on them. But as I say that, Noble
I'm not sure
from a
then.
totally different team, and I believe it's Cloud9.
You don't have any other software that you use for audio stuff like I do, right? Like I use Voice Meter Potato. No, it's just for headset.
Push this in third party. Yes, they do. The ultimate's going to be dropped from Hal. The defensive ultimate can be returned here from the Knights. They're just trying to survive. Hal is hunting right now. It's hunting season.
It could be.
He needs some shield. He's going to get one knock here on Joey. That's going to come through. That's big because the Knights obviously in top 3 get eliminated from this one. I think they're clean wiped.
You know, I was worried about TSM drawing too much attention to themselves, and instead the opposing teams did exactly that. Noble and Knights take a very early fight where TSM is in a solid position to maybe clean that up, and they're going to get a ton of loot for that. Now,
that's just crazy that it's not working.
Throughout the day, finding themselves in an early fight as well, and things are not looking good for them. Stomps, the last player that's alive right now, but managing.
I wonder in voice settings, do you have like
1 versus 1. Stop's gonna get taken out. Not after
is there a
line
in
button? Nice job from
or line in option, or is it just your headset?
In case another team pulls up, but they should be all good. Gold backpack.
You know what I mean? Because sometimes there's two.
And just like that, Era Eternity showing some life. They needed that over Absolute Monarchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be huge Era, not only in the points situation, but also, I mean, every time you've got a solid engagement, it helps with the mental side of things. Which people, we don't talk about too much, but is a huge aspect to this game. Keeping that momentum going with your squad and trying to, you know, make sure that you're not tilting based off of previous performances, and knowing that extra stressor of knowing where you are in the leaderboards and knowing how few games are left overall in this split to get yourself in a solid spot does not help. So that's going to be a nice boost there to Era.
Well, the ALGS is on, man. You know, they're in game 5, and there's one more game after this. So.
On point, I kind of wondered, hey, will Team Liquid be right behind E8? We saw E8; they rotated exactly how we thought they would with that dead side.
Are you on? I'm on YouTube right now.
Trailing behind them, but not opting for the far dead side rotation. Instead, Team Liquid is a little bit more centralized here as we take a look back at TSM. And they really got gifted these purple shields here, right? With Knights and the Noble squad dying right in front of them. All of them get well looted, and now TSM is looking to be in a pretty good spot here. In a good position to maybe win this one.
Maybe, maybe pull up a set up Discord quick YouTube video just to make sure. I mean, I'm not sure why it would. Like maybe there's a step that we missed. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't change anything though.
I mean, they're now in a solid spot to continue watching for any of those teams that are rotating across the way. Unlucky here, going through Lava Fisher, trying to get some loot for themselves right on the edge of the ring. So they'll be able to continue that rotation once they finish grabbing what they need. But, I mean, TSM, they don't really need to move right now. Look how many barrels, by the way. Look how many caustic barrels are set up on the mini-map.
Yeah, they want to make sure.
I mean, if worse comes to worse, too, Rabbit, like we can just in-game chat on PC.
Sure what Legacy
you know,
exactly is, but I like how
if you can't get this figured out.
It's a little bit risky, high risk, high reward. They're out in the open, which means they can.
Because like in the past, what I've had to do sometimes is,
perform very, very well. Let's jump into
which I've already had to try to do, is like in the outputs, just cycle through them and then go back to default if none of them work. Because normally one of them ends up working. And you know what? To be honest, it could be partially because you don't have built-in speakers, but if you have a headset, you should be able to talk straight through the headset with no problem.
Just suck everything off these bodies, so if they res, they don't have anything.
Right. So I'm not sure what it is.
The respawn way back there.
That might have been. That's probably him.
Now in the sound settings. Well, in the sound settings on the PC, you disabled the controller mic, right? Okay.
I'll probably swap to it later at 1:30 light.
Yeah, I am not sure then, because if it was working for you just fine, but earlier, then I'm not sure why. Like changing a login and then joining Discord would change anything. You know what I mean?
And, you know, I'm glad we jumped into that quick listen in because we learned why Hal is playing so cautious on the Harvester side. It's because they knew something we didn't. One member of Knights, I believe, still survived, maybe got some beacons, and is playing for a res, and they were just keeping a close eye on that. Meanwhile, Nocturnal versus Senpai, with Hill joining the fight here from Premier. Multi-team fight in ring in circle.
Hill.
Yeah, and I think we also saw while we were listening to TSM that I believe Renegades took out Charlotte, if I'm not mistaken, while that was all happening as well. So there was a lot of action going down while TSM was making sure they were guarding their backs and paying attention to everything that was going on around them. We even heard them talking about just how there was too much loot to be acquired to bring back.
So another thing you could try is have the app, the Discord app, open, unplug the headset, and then plug it back in, and then a prompt should pop up on Discord, asking you to change the input settings or leave them the same.
Now things are going to slow down here.
You tried that?
As we have Hill and the Premier squad, your champions from game number 3. In circle, very centralized, and probably in one of the better positions to win this. They've gotten very, very blessed.
Because like when I'm on mix amp, when I turn that off and turn it back on, it always prompts me to use
absolutely rocking.
Like
a member
those
of NRG
settings.
might be Rocker. Era Bowser actually nearby as well, and it's going to be the last member of Boners alive. He'll get taken out and eliminated to the hands of Era Eternity, but the third party's nearby. Stunny has to run away with his tail between his legs.
He was so low. We'll see how long he's able to escape for, if at all. Ghost Gaming, though, obviously the winners of our last match, picking it back up where they left off, doing a decent amount of damage here, and really pushing this engagement. Madness getting a kill.
Ooh.
That was the final Era player, too, there.
Indeed, as Ghost Gaming flies in and gets the final kills, looking to have a back-to-back performance here. Jump right
What'd
into
you guys do
listening.
or
Hear the
just swap the headsets and swap them back?
Madness and Ghost Gaming.
When we get back through and stabilize, I'm gonna need to
So
go
change
home.
it back to his headset then? Like unplug yours, plug
Standing
his
here,
back
brother?
in and see if there's a prompt.
Dropping home right now. Come here.
And nothing popped up.
Okay,
Yep.
so
We can play it. We can play that bottom right side and pressure that. It's a consistent strategy, but we have to make sure that we get them completely off that side in order to be able to do that. We can always double up and go
Okay.
back under. The problem
So
that's
then
gonna
now
happen
go
is
into
if this
the
team right here,
user
or these
settings
teams can't make
and then
something
go to
here,
voice
they
and
can play
video and
down
then
here
see
next to us, which
what
is very
that's set on.
problematic. Because that's gonna cause us not to be able to play. I got a fucking thing for you, by the way, in Excel. Here.
Do you have the mix amp for the Astros or no?
I just
Hey,
need
what-
the alt
The
Excel,
mix
or I
amp
can-
for his Astros or
You're
no?
gonna need it. Or I can hold it.
I should be good.
What, you positive?
My guess would be
I'm at
no.
50%.
There's Astros have a
yeah,
mix
yeah,
amp
we're
that can come with the headset that you can
I was
use
just saying, if you
to
don't need it, I'm gonna hold
like
it.
channel all the sounds
Just
from
hold it for the time
like a
being, and then if
PC
he
through
needs
one
it,
mix
just
amp
give it
Yeah.
to your headset as opposed to
So
just
here's the
plugging the
thing.
headset into the PC.
Ooh, love to
But
hear
that's
that
okay.
perspective
So now
there
change
from
the
Ghost
output and
Gaming
input
and how
devices
they're
back
gonna
to
rotate,
default.
and you hear the impact that Madness
And see if
already
that
had with this
changes.
team. IGL already. I'm not sure that was. I think that was Madness. I'm not sure if it was Madness or 6, but I'm pretty sure it was Madness. Just joining the squad and already calling shots.
And it sounded like they were very organized, following everything they need to do too. Is they had a plan laid out in front of them. They were going to
Yeah, you're
follow
not
it, but now
lighting up
checking
anymore
back
either?
in with TSM in that same spot. But clearly some more engagements. I think we saw some more kills coming up in the kill feed for
You
them.
might
We
have to go
see
back to
how low they are. Everyone's trying to heal
the
back
sound
up. For
settings
whatever
on the
engagement, they just
PC
had more
under
death
that
boxes
sounds thing
around
I
this
sent you to,
area. And the
and
height
check the
that
playback and
Verhulst has
recording
going
and
on
just
right
see
now
what those
is
are
working
checkmarked
very,
as.
very well for TSM.
Yeah,
Again,
meanwhile, the
just to
death
be
boxes
sure.
stack up here. Let's take a look at a replay I believe we have of the action as we saw TSM take out Team Liquid, or maybe it was Cloud9. As we take a look at this replay, no, it's actually going to be a different fight. It's going to be Lazarus in a fight over towards Harvester. So I believe we're taking a look at a replay.
Is
here
it
of that
default
when there were
device or
13
default
squads
communication
remaining
device?
of this Lazarus fight?
Okay, right
Yeah,
click
they're
on
another
it
team that's
and
done
make
well
it
for
the
themselves here
default
today, and a squad
communication
that
device.
needed to do well to
If
get
you-
some more points on the board. So every single fight that they have that goes their way is going to be beneficial, but I'm not quite sure how this one's going to be panning out. They are at least pretty solidly looted up here, and we can see them looking ahead who is around them. But here's the
Oh,
replay
yeah,
you
you
were
gotta
asking
change
for,
that.
Paul. This is what happened with TSM.
Wow, crazy fight, and it
Are
was
you-
indeed against
are you under the
Cloud9.
recording
Hal
tab?
went down. Verhulst was down to just 72 HP total. Some way able to pop a med kit and survive,
And you set
as a
that
result,
to what?
TSM and Verhulst find themselves a gold shield for
Is it
better
default
heals,
communication
and
or
2
just
purple
regular
shields,
device?
and still a great position to win this game. Well played from TSM.
Okay.
They have been holding this area right outside that landside rotation, that choke, so well. They have made sure that this is their home, and they're going to be staying there, living there. A lot of
So
those
under the
barrels have been
playback
taken
tab,
up, but they're going to be
do
replacing
you have
them.
any
Liquid,
speakers that are like
another
grayed
squad
out?
that's had some pretty solid performances. Beautiful
Or
shot
disabled?
coming out of Nocturnal.
Yeah, and Nocturnal has to be one of the most underrated players in general in Apex. Doesn't get talked about as a top player, top slayer enough as on this team. He's always been consistently performing. You saw a little sign of it right there with a nice little couple cheeky 30-30 repeater shots, a little blind fire to connect, and they connect for the kill ultimately. So Team Liquid right next to TSM with the same overall loadout in terms of shields. We got
The
2 purples and a
TV.
gold in their hands. Team Liquid looks to be in a favorable position. Also running the same exact team comp here going into this late game.
We're going to have to see how Liquid handles their rotations here. You can see those pings coming out, trying to decide which way is safer, which way is safer for them to
I'm
get
not
into
sure
the
if that
zone,
would make a
because
difference.
for all they know, there's going to be squads right on the other side of this, and the last thing they want to do is get caught out after a solid fight. Back on board with Lazarus, still holding down
Yeah, you
this
might have
area
to
right
look
on
up
the edge of Harvester. They won't
like
be able to stay there
Discord,
for
like
too long. They
install
will
it, or
eventually
like
have
setting
to
up
rotate out
Discord
here
with
in just
no
under
speakers,
a minute. So
just
you
using
can
a
see them
headset.
starting to try and make that decision on the
But
route they want
wait,
to
you
take
were using
to
that
do
before.
so,
That's right.
because
So
they know they need
I'm
to
not
find a
sure
safe
then.
place
My
to
thought
hold
is
down
like
once they do.
it's because you don't have the option to set something as a communication device.
Harvester, we did
So
see
that's
on the
what's
death box
making
had a
it
chance to peek. It was
not let me
Legacy
hear
that
you
got taken out. You see it right there,
Mhm.
Jaguares.
under playback
So,
and recording.
That is big for Lazarus, who was just 2 or 3 spots above Legacy. Unfortunate for Legacy if you're a fan of the Mexican team representing the entire nation, to be honest with you. I think there's one other Mexican team in Pro League right now. We're on board with Premier. Premier, one of those teams that we said in a
Try
very
this.
favorable
Under
spot.
under
Also, the
sound
Kraber in hand.
in the
It's gonna be
playback tab.
Crook. What can you
Set
do
your
right
monitor
now?
as the default
With 11
communication,
squads left,
or
have
excuse
to
me,
make a
default
play.
device,
TSM right around
and
that
then
area.
go up
We
under
got all
playback. Go
eyes
to your
on Crook with
headphones.
Kraber right now.
Right click on them and
got
see if
so
it'll let you
many
select
options.
communication
I know.
device or
The
not.
Kraber, dude, they're just surrounded right now by teams. So we'll have to see how they end up using that. I think I
Yep.
also did see Ghost putting in some work against Renegades.
Does
and they
your
killed
headset,
people.
the
That was
Astro
happening
headset,
as
have
well.
a mute button
Ghost
on it or no?
seeming to continue their aggression from this last game, which is something they definitely needed. But now we get to see the perspective of TSM with everything that's been going on in this area and those fights. We saw
Oh,
those
like-
bubbles being popped.
Oh, okay. Like mine has a cord and then it has a button on it where I can mute and unmute myself.
Mentioned how good of a position they had. They have some high ground. They got teams, of course, to their left, and they can just work with a lot of this cover here over on tracks. But they got a team, I think, in the trailer right in front of them, so that's going to be their
and
first
it's just a
target.
normal
We'll be
cord.
really cautious of. Meanwhile, TSM back on board with them. They're in the opposite scenario.
Oh,
They're
okay.
in the trenches right now with the
So
team.
yeah,
in front
you're
as well.
lighting up just fine. I just don't know why I can't hear you.
I think they've been forced into holding
yeah.
this area after having to move down with
Yeah, let's try.
those
Go to
teams
game
that
lobby
pushed
two
up against them.
and just
Knights,
see.
it looks like the Knights player did escape and they were able to res. So
No.
that
No.
is a full Knight squad above them now.
Still
TSM's
nothing, yeah.
trying to work with a lot. They've got teams above them, teams in front of them, and they have to pick one to push and take this
And the
engagement in order
output
to clear out
device
a
is
little
just
bit
your
of safe
Kraken
space
headset?
around them.
Yeah, that's a full Night squad that wants their revenge. TSM took them out earlier. One of them was able to survive, and here we are. Funny how things change, because now it's Knights with high ground just looking down on TSM like chickens in a chicken coop right now. Hal's going to get taken out. The first
something
chicken
again?
dead on board right now with Verholst, as Hal is out of this one. It's going to be all up to Verholst and Reps. Revenge certainly secured.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, talk about coming back with a vengeance. This is huge for Knights. We've counted them out. We did not think they were going to be able to bounce back, and they have done exactly that and then some, knowing exactly where the rest of TSM is.
Say
kind
something?
of playing with their food a little bit, poking at them
Still
from above.
nothing.
But Team
I'm
Liquid
just
were
changing my
wondering what
output
happened
device
with this
just to
new
see if
position.
it
There's teams pushing them here
does
on the track.
anything.
Ooh, and Fun's going to want those shots back. Can he make up for it, though? Has to go big with 20 HP. Going to connect
you
for
go.
one. Takes out one after. Meanwhile,
Oh,
Flaker's going
there we
huge.
go.
Flaker knocks
We're
two.
good.
Can he get the third? No, he's going to get shut down by NRG.
I can hear you.
NRG,
Yep,
the
it
team
was.
that started in staging the zone was quite favorable to them. I think we've
So,
actually seen them running around
now let
getting
me
a
see
decent
something. Let me
amount
see something
of
real quick.
KP for the squad. Premier decides
All right,
to
I'm gonna go back to default.
drop down
Say something.
their rooftop position. They've got
Okay, I
energy
can't hear you,
right in
so
their hairs of the Kraber,
let me go
and the shots are coming out
to-
from Crook. You were wondering what he would do with the Kraber here, Fallout, and it looks like he's putting it to good use.
Okay, say something.
Right, off to a soft
Nope.
start here.
Hello?
There
Another
we
shot
go.
not coming through for Crook on Nathan.
All right, it was me the whole time. I'm super sorry, guys.
For them.
So now I'm gonna hang up the phone. Now try his headset
Premier. They're just gonna slow through this.
and see.
Squads left. I believe
It's
TSM got
fine.
taken out
I'll
as
just
well.
let him use mine because like I don't like my headset being unplugged anyway.
Every single time, manages
Copy that.
to barely
This is why I need an audio guy.
his life and is going to try to secure
He said this is why he needs an audio guy.
I mean, I'm like going through everything that I normally do, and like my stuff was all on default. I'm like, everything's working fine on my end. And I changed my output device, and then bam, you're right in my ear.
so many other squads in the area.
Lord.
Oh my God.
All right, here you go, baby.
Sweet as a rat.
Perfect.
So fading them into an
Goodness.
entirely different team, and then they just drop on an entirely different squad. They went from having high ground
It still can't play the damn game.
You're still updating?
Now being eliminated from
Yeah,
this
dude,
lobby.
it's like
Premier
stopped
TD
at 64%.
Oh, that is so unfortunate. Sweet
It
does
hasn't
go down
moved
in
in
the
a-
process, but I think he achieved exactly what he wanted to in taking out Premier GG. A little bit of retribution there.
But
for those
it's
Kraber
only-
shots on his squad. Unlucky, the team down below that is cleaning up
What?
a lot of those kills. Lazarus actually on high, only 2 left, but still.
Well, not everything else is closed.
Yeah, so here we go again. It's Knights and Lazarus, 2 teams in the top 4 that are alive. They are continuing to play so well. And
And,
Z-Dave
oh,
is
no, it's
someone
turned
who's
off.
had
Okay, you
a
see
really
there, those
up and down
lines
in
are-
his Apex career. Started
line-
off really strong in early online tournaments, and then was relatively quiet. And I remember seeing some of his tweets saying, "Fallout, I will be back on top. Just watch." And here he is now. Good to see Z-Dave is performing.
All right.
I've had so much respect for him as a player for a
You
long
there?
time here. As we jump on board with Unlucky, though, we'll see as they.
I don't
play
hear
this
you
division
anymore,
run
buddy.
left.
You can see Prodigy Ace is thinking about trying to take a Kraber shot or 2 if he can. Does take a couple shots as they make that push up and decides to back off and heal. But there's a
Are you
lot
there?
going on above
Hello?
on those tracks. The bubbles are out, squads are fighting, and
Oh.
you can see these teams below can kind of just wait this out.
There we
just sitting high ground in
Testing.
the best position. This feels so good, Lauren. When you're in this spot, you're in God's spot. Zone's closing in on you. You have the perfect situation.
Okay.
All you have to do is hit your shots.
Knights know where a lot of these surrounding teams are as well. They're
Why
trying
is
to
my
deal
computer,
whatever
like,
damage they can,
so
but the
slow?
defensive bombardment is going to come out and
Let me
do
alt-tab
a
here.
lot of damage to those shields, forcing them to back off and back up. Giving the
Testing
teams below
to give me
at least
just
a
a
little bit of
second,
time to
Rabbit.
reset themselves and figure out how they want to handle this. But there's not a lot of time left here. These teams need to decide how they're going to handle this final fight. 4 squads left, and the zone is going to be shrinking down here in just a minute.
That's right. So it's not necessarily a guarantee that Knights wins this because they will have to drop and fight. Hopefully they're the last team to drop. They're going to first clean up this one squad. Easy peasy for them. And it's going to be Lazarus that gets taken out. 3 squads left, and I think it might be 3 full
There
teams.
we go.
We've got Knights on high ground, Unlucky nearby, and then
Why
E8
is this,
the last team alive. So we got a pure 3v3 to finish this one out.
I mean,
Don't
we
switch.
talked about E8 being one of those
There
teams
we
that really
go.
needs these points. They've managed to get themselves into a top 3 spot now. This is going
Testing.
to be massive for them. Knights deciding that they're going to be starting with the defensive bombardment. They've got their own bubble down just
All right, testing.
in case. And they're just waiting. They're just waiting. They're going to drop down at the very last minute.
Yeah, that's right. 2 members are
Okay,
going to drop.
don't
1 member's going to stay
switch.
for the heal. And then
All right,
it's
you
gonna
hear
be
me?
Valkyrie, so that can float. Wow, here comes the push. Unlucky down to 1. It's Prodigy Aces. He gets taken out, and
me
Knights
see
should be able to
something real
clean
quick.
up. No, both members of Knights got taken out, so it's a heal off to finish here. And it's going to be Knights who ends up winning.
Knights
because the
wins.
damage was enough. Well played, perfectly executed from Knights. The 2 players drop. The 1 stays.
All right,
You
Rabbit.
always want that Valk to
You
stay
there?
for the heal off, and in the end, Knights finishes off.
That was a clean follow-up to their
Testing.
last game for Knights. I mean, second place finish.
Rabbit, you there?
First place finish, both with a lot of KP.
Rabbit. Do I? Can you hear me?
This is huge for the team.
Yeah, I can hear you.
One of those squads we're talking about.
I don't know why it
That's right. Knights doing it again, back to back. Good performance.
It like cut me out after I
skyrocket in the leaderboards. I can't wait to take a look at that.
after I loaded up Apex, which was
Now,
weird.
Let's take a look at the results from that game. 10 kills. First place, a 22-point
Give me
game
just a second. I'm
for
gonna try to
the
load it
Knights
up
of
again, see if it
Pittsburgh.
works.
Well played from them. Meanwhile, E8, well, we said they were in near last of the overall Pro League standings today.
TSM.
Well, they performed here.
Says you're now playing Apex.
Yeah, I'm loading into the game now. It cut me out before. I don't know why, but it cut me out.
Liquid's kills, they obviously didn't get those placement
Like,
points
as
that
the
they were
game was
hoping for.
loading.
We saw a lot of aggression out of them. 7 kills,
Which is just weird. It's loading up now, and you can still hear me, right?
Able to end up converting on that due to that push there by NRG, but those are the only kills that NRG got off of
Now
that
it's cutting out
push
again.
were those liquid kills, even considering where they started out with that zone.
Yeah, that's right. So not the pop-off game that we thought we might see.
It's
from
cutting out
NRG.
completely.
Instead, the Knights do it again. And think about the way that they did it. They
Now
down
you
to
can't
1,
hear me.
had to res, found a res,
You can't
and
hear
secured
me.
the win. So it goes to show, never give up. Hey, don't quit those games early, my friend.
Disable
When you die,
audio.
teammates can spawn you back up, and you can get some good ranked points. Meanwhile, Gildersons, Asura, and Joey Blackout are going to do it. Over 1,000 damage for
See, now
each,
it's
and
like just not
Gildersons,
working.
The MVP of that squad right there with 2,000 damage on Valkyrie. 5 kills, a huge game from Gildersons.
Yeah, this was something that Knights really needed to keep themselves in a safe position, especially going into tomorrow when all those teams that aren't playing right now are going to be fighting for the exact same thing. It's nice to see this momentum out of Knights. They kind of, you know, have been they've really
let's
started to pick up here in the
alt-tab.
second half of the day, and now there's only 1 game left for all of these teams
So,
here today. So it's gonna
Now I
come
can't
down to
hear
the
you
wire.
for whatever reason.
That's right. Well, Joey Blackout, they do it alongside Knights. Been doing it for a long time. Back when he played with Rocket Nishu and early.
Alright, let's try this.
Congratulations
Let's,
to them. They got to finish in game number 6. We're gonna go ahead and welcome Kate back to the desk though to show some highlights of games
Let's task
4 and
manager.
5, and of course get us ready for game 6. Kate, how you feeling?
Oh man, I love the way that you put that, get us ready for game 6. And I think the one very important thing that I want to bring up right off the bat here has got to be what E8 just did. And I think what's
Let's end the
tremendous about what
task.
they did is they really proved that
Let's pop it
nobody in
back
this lobby,
open,
you can't sleep
and
on anyone.
then
Now, will that get them to the playoffs?
Make sure
Let's
that
be
this
clear,
is
the
working
math is not
just
on their
fine.
side. However, I do want to give us the opportunity now as we look down the barrel of game 6 coming up here as our highlights play for games 4 and 5. As both
probably
of you
just
have
do
been through
it
all 5
that
of
way.
these games at this point, talk to me
And see
about
if
some of
that
those
works
unsung
fine.
heroes that we haven't really been able to
Rabbit, you can hear
spotlight
me real
because they've
quick,
been on
right?
the wrong side of that
You should be able
leaderboard.
to. I'm
As we take a
resetting
look at
my
CLX
voice meter
might be a
potato.
great example, Fallout.
It should be
Certainly one
fine.
of
It's
those
gonna be
teams that have
like
shown what they can do.
270
Yeah, for sure.
seconds,
You know,
but
I see teams like NRG
when that's
playing
done, we
really,
should be
really
good.
well, have done
I
so
should be able
much
to hear you
work,
again.
and
It's just my
not
voice meter is
necessarily had that
resetting.
breakout game necessarily yet despite their efforts, then it goes to show you can have a great early game. You can have a great mid game, but if you can't make it to late game and get a top 3, top 4 finish, you won't be on top of that leaderboard.
Yeah, absolutely. Glitter, who has your heart today? I mean, obviously the Knights really showed us. You're absolutely right, Fallout. I think it's one of those things where every single player, every single team in this lobby can have that potential to pop off, which is already remarkable given how scary this lobby is.
You know who I think has been actually a little bit sneaky too with their plays. I think we've actually seen a lot of good plays out of Charlotte, but they haven't necessarily been getting some of those placements. We've seen some solid engagements and some games where they have a decent amount of KP. They just haven't been consistent enough, and they just haven't been able to nail down those placement points.
Absolutely. And you know, this actually goes back to that conversation we had earlier about consistency versus those spicy moments, right? And the reality is that the consistency will continue to play out, even though, as we've proven, as E8 has proven, as some of these teams have proven, they can get through this lobby in incredible fashion and win games while not necessarily getting on the right side of that leaderboard. One thing I do want to mention here is that Premier GG doing an incredible job as we take a look at these highlights there, Fallout. Definitely a team that has kept us on our toes and has kept the rest of the lobby on their toes as well.
Yeah, but here's this moment where they actually ended up dropping for Sweet. They wanted so badly to find that rat, and they ended up getting taken out. And you see Lazarus across the way there was able to just put in work as they dropped. Meanwhile, E8 on the low ground. We get to see it now from their perspective. This is why all the members of Knights died. It was Depressedly killing it with the massive shots. But he was down to just 10 HP, Mercy as well, and that's why it was Guild that was able to win that heal off with no problem.
Absolutely. Well, hey, you know, I always like to ask about team comps. We've changed it up a little bit because we haven't seen.
It's been like the same team comps this whole time.
Come in. We haven't seen a lot of
140
Ash,
seconds,
some,
Rabbit. 140 seconds.
But I want to real quick go over
140
game 1.
seconds,
Legacy
dog.
MX came in with a Valve
140 seconds, brother.
As we take a look at these leaderboards, you know what? I keep getting into something, and then let's go to the leaderboards because that is way more interesting. To be sure, Knights, however, Glitter.
Knights is
genuinely
like
could not
kicking
have
ass,
predicted
man.
this, which is possibly why I didn't in the talent predictions.
Listen, I don't think any of us were ready for this, and the massive point lead that they just got themselves after that game. I mean, we were talking about how close it was going into Game 5, and now Knights gave themselves a little bit of cushion here. They only moved up 2 spots, but it's the points. I'm looking at the points. Lazarus, once again, still consistent, getting some points on the board. Premier really stepping it up. This is huge for Knights. And then look what happens. Look at 9th place, 8th through 10th. That's Cloud9. That's where TSM. That's where NRG is. All of these teams up here in the top 6 are completely different than what we thought.
Yes, they are. Fallout, I mean, the reality of this leaderboard is that it has
up 1.
Shooken, done some fancy footwork, if you will, that has definitely made us all rethink, I think, some of this lobby and what it means to be at the top of groups A and B.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we have TSM, NRG, and Cloud9 in 8th, 9th, and 10th. You typically expect them to be in 1st, 2nd, and 3rd in this lobby. It just goes to show something you love about this Pro League, you love about the format. Any team can pop off any given week, can show up, and especially
any team can pop off, guys.
Like the Knights and others that are on the brink of that top 20
40
spot
seconds
for the playoffs and the big chunk of money overall here as we are getting ready for game number 6 to see who will perform in the last game with their backs against the line.
Oh man, that is the pressure that I'm sure as a team, as a player, you can only get, you know, stressed over and be really intense, but those of us love to watch how people come off in those lobbies under those bright lights. Well, let's talk about something else kind of fun, and that is your ability
I can't believe what this guy said
ALGS
on my TikTok.
Giveaway.
That shit is funny.
Free Lenovo Legion gaming PC. Head over to twitter.com.
Lenovo Legion.
For more information on that. And while you're over there on the Twitter sphere, head to our @PlayApex Esports Twitter handle. We'll keep you up to date on all of the drama and the action across all of our
Rabbit,
ALGS
can you hear me?
regions. We've also got a YouTube channel and, of course, that Twitch channel.
There we go.
We'd love to see. And as Fallout and Glitter mentioned, we are coming into game
default.
number 6. It's right around the corner. I want to thank Glitter
Discord
and
acting
Fallout because I know
so
that's the last
funny
game for your
today?
casting here
Can you
today.
hear me?
But guess what? We have the last game of our NA groups A versus B.
Hold up.
Heading off in just a few minutes.
Let's do that. Let's go up here real quick. change that at all. Do it however I need to go here. Make sure nothing's fucking being weird. Okay. Alright, let's go back into here. Let's change this. Alright. Testing. Okay. Let me scroll down to here. Say something, Rabbit. Testing. Testing, testing. Okay. Let me see something real quick. Let's close Apex one more time. All right, Rabbit. Okay, I can't hear you. There we go.
What do you mean you can't hear me?
Oh, I can hear you now.
Yeah.
So
now that you've closed Apex, it clears the bell.
Yeah. Like you hear me cutting out and stuff when I'm like playing Apex, right?
Oh yeah, dog. You're like, I'm barely catching the first syllable of each word.
Right. Let me try. I'm gonna try opening it through Steam and see.
So
if
you
that
play it through
works.
EA or Origin or what?
I was playing it through Origin.
Oh Lord. I say I'm literally updating it on Origin because she didn't even have it downloaded on Steam.
It doesn't matter what platform you use. Yeah, that doesn't matter.
I'm just saying I don't want to keep having this same problem on my side too, if I'm going through Origin.
Because I mean, if there's like a Discord issue with Origin, then that's an Origin issue. It's not your PC issue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like, I've played it before just fine. It might have been due to this update, and I'm updating it on Steam right now. But because like using Discord with any game should never be an issue. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it should never be a problem. So. But the last game, TSM has not performed the best.
We got what, Knights on top?
Yeah, Knights is winning this one, but a lot of these teams, I don't think Knights is qualified yet.
Well, hey, I always like to ask on some fancy footwork, if you will.
Often had a group decided by match 4, match 5, but that's not happening here today.
Well, that means this
That's what's crazy is like I don't think Knights have enough pro points.
Implications that are still available for teams and how 1 kill, 1 point, 1 placement can really change things up while those final leaderboards are presented to us. But World's Edge is where we're heading, Dan.
I'm actually kind of curious, like how all the pros picked their drop spots and none of them are like
and how they need to have a big game. You can pretty much
both.
say it for the entirety
Like, there's
of the
not
lobby
like too
outside
many
Knights.
locations
Just
where like two
need to
teams
have
are
a
landing the
crazy
same
game
place.
to
You know what I mean?
Our observers are
Yeah.
going to work cut out, I think, because they're going to have to chop and change quite quickly to see.
And you don't see a lot of early game fights either.
Those who are right at the top of the leaderboard, those who are in the
Oh no, not
You
at
may
all.
see, you may see one or two, but by the time it gets down to it, there'll still be 17, 18 squads still left alive.
That's what I was saying when I first started my stream, and I was just like, you just see like the huge difference of how the Pro League is played and
really does make a difference. We saw in
like
EMEA
a
that
regular ranked game, even in like Diamond Master Pred lobbies. It's just so different. It's just so different.
Hide away from the defensive bombardments. You can surprise the other teams and really be a thorn in their side. But we're heading to the far northeast of the map, up towards the Climatizer and around Epicenter as well.
Like,
so a similar
look at it,
circle
man.
in
Like, look at the
EMEA
map. Like,
earlier on today, and this certainly is going to be good news.
I think I'm a little bit behind where
there's like two teams inside Fragment, two teams inside Skyhook, and then two teams inside Lava. Every other location is one team.
TSM, the way they played that last time, they did make that quick rotation using the Skyward Dive as soon as
Which
it
is
was
just
available to
crazy.
get into a good spot. But it was
If you ask me,
three gems.
it's
You
nuts.
can see on our screen right now who did take home the win in our game number 2.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's no rock left unturned.
It
That's
does
for damn
serve you
sure.
correctly. You're good at the math stuff.
Yeah, dude. In like a ranked game, there's like the majority of the POIs, they're all lootable. Most of them
They're
are.
on 31 points. That puts
Like
them
even after
13
you
points
rotate and stuff.
behind first. Sorry, 23 points behind first place.
Gotta work on those maths.
Yeah, see, I can't even do it anymore. It's like you've stolen my mojo a little bit here. They really need a big game if they are going to be able to topple this group.
Wow, they
also
got
need
all
Knights to
perp,
fall
bro.
quite
That's
early. I
crazy.
think the rest of the
You
lobby
see
is
how
gonna be
fast they
Knights
loot,
to
man?
take
Like they
them
loot
very
so
simply. If they
fast.
drop out, the closest competitor to the Knights is Lazarus. They're 12 points behind. Ghost are 14 points
They
behind,
loot
as well as
so
Fire.
fast,
So there are
and they
moments who could
rotate
make a difference
even
here,
faster.
but at the moment,
I don't
Knights
think
are
we're
looking
watching the same
somewhat
live stream.
Oh, I'm watching the Play Apex one.
Comfy as far as the armors are concerned as well.
I'm not watching a
Two
particular.
purples and a blue, leaving Fragment
I'm
West
just
with
watching the
some immense
YouTube
share
live.
as well. See, that's going to be a second battery put into the inventory, into the backpack for Azura, who's been really, really impressive for me today, Dan, on the Caustic. I think he's played so many situations.
That's because
almost
right
to a
now
T.
I'm looking at
Caustic is a difficult
PSN.
legend to play if you are used to playing
Yeah, I'm
more
watching it on
agile
Twitch.
ones
The
who
Play
can
Apex thing
fight
on
a little
Twitch.
bit quicker. You also have great responsibility on your shoulders to at times defend your team as well. Put those barrels down in a position which can provide cover, and it really can just be that difference maker sometimes if you've got someone who knows how to play a Caustic successfully. So with Asura performing so at the top of his level today, it really has helped the squad.
How about this from Legacy MX?
Did you just want to play on PC, man, or
Well, I should say
is your console not? It's because you don't have your chair.
Well, one of the teams
Yeah,
involved in our final battle in
gotcha.
game number 2 we were mentioning before, where this circle is going to end up, or look to end up anyway.
Plus, I mean, I'm
So
trying to
rotation is going to be
slowly
very
like get
similar, as you would
myself
expect. You get
into
the same kind of result. They will be
the
more than happy
mindset
with that,
to
especially
switch over.
when their performance
Wife
is
wants
on
to
the
build
way.
a PC
So
that
they
I
did make
get,
a
so I'm gonna have to buy it
very
piece
quick
by
rotation
piece.
as well. It's usually a good indication of the armors.
That's
that
what
are
I
on
did
the
with
back
my
of
very
players,
first one, man.
even with two
I bought
whites and a
piece
blue,
by
but they
piece
have
until I
managed to
ended up
level up a
having
little
all the
bit there.
pieces,
You
and
can
I
see,
finally put it
unfortunately,
together, and
unfortunately for Joe Max,
that was
the
all she
last
wrote,
blue
man.
has just left the station a little bit. We might have to wait for
Yeah, I
that
think
one
I'm
to
gonna have her
come
start
right.
picking up pieces here and there, just so that way she can go ahead and start again.
So, and to be honest, dude, like it doesn't matter what you build, everything is super cheap besides your graphics and CPU. Everything else is cheap.
When you look at how close everyone else is in the lobby on set,
It
Yeah,
is
I think I'm
cheap.
trying for a 3070.
There you go. That's a bet. You'd have a better graphics card than me, bro.
Third place
Shit.
7, and then it dwindles away the further
But
you
the
go,
thing
of
is,
course.
if I get a
and just
37,
2
I've got
points
about
could be
2
a
of
huge
them.
difference in the grand scheme of things when we look at the
Yeah.
right now. Remember, it's the top 20 that these teams are trying to achieve
The
so that they can
40s,
get into
the
those
40s
playoffs.
is
I
supposed
mean,
to
when
be
we look at
cheaper
teams like
and
Lazarus,
more,
they're outside of the top 20 right now.
easily
Ghost are outside of the top 20 right now. Legacy MX down in 33rd. They're in the relegation zone. So a good week
So what,
here
like
or a
40,
good
10,
round
40,
today
20?
will really just project them up the leaderboard, give them that chance of playoffs.
Yeah.
Confidence is going to be key to that. And,
Well, how is it
a bit of
easily
confidence
accessible
from
if it's
Recognition
not
earlier on Noble? He also had some other things to say before we
going to
started
be?
play today, so let's jump in and have a listen.
I don't know. I might.
I
It
really
just
like
depends
the new
on
Legend
what's
Ashe. I've been playing her in
like
ranked
how long
almost
it's going to take us to actually.
exclusively. I think she has a place in the meta. I think we're already seeing some teams run her. I think she's a very careful with Ashe because in the past you've had
It just
raids where you
depends.
can go back and forth through
Now your
portals.
graphics card is probably going to be
While
more
the
than the
timing was
CPU that you
important,
want to buy.
you could still just go back and come back when you're ready. But like if you're playing Ashe, you have to be so perfect on your timing on when you're gonna do something.
This man is carrying a
but
30-30 and he keeps
instant
walking over
kill
this fucking
is
purple.
Also, like the potential is way higher. I
Stop,
think.
and it's driving me up the wall. He didn't even pick it up. He didn't even pick it up.
Some more words this time of the newest legends to the legend.
Yeah, see, right now on Play Apex has Noble in POV right now.
He thinks that Ashe has a place in competitive. We have seen it played a little bit, and I just wonder as time goes on, Dan, it's going to be one of those legends where people just need a little bit more time to work out the intricacies before they bring it into these high-pressure competitive games.
And certainly, kind of match changing.
73 gigs to patch it, or 71 gigs. That's crazy.
Well, certainly her portal at the end of a game could be massive to keep.
Well, I mean, it's hard. I'm still going for pre-order something with that price.
Any tick damage, it really could be a difference maker. But Renegades in a little bit of a scuffle here at the moment, having to throw their utility down towards the bottom of the stairs, as it is going to be a somewhat of a
now you like now my second PC Rabbit, I went to NZXT and I built a PC there, and they have what's called a firm, which is you pay for it monthly.
Cloud9 player who was in the vicinity, and I think there's more than one team here. Renegade's going to have second thoughts
Yeah,
about
those
moving
graphics
in on
cards
this
are
fight,
expensive as fuck.
as they know that there's more than, as I say,
This guy's got a
one body
gold
around
longbow.
here.
Look at that shit.
Longbow in hand, going to chip away
I'll
from
probably see
55
it in a
from
second.
distance. Renegade, I think, has
Right
decided
now I'm
maybe
looking
just
at
going to leave Knight B for now.
Renegades with
that Joey
PC.
was taken down, so Zura and Guild are going to be doing what they can to just hold the line at the moment, made much easier by that caustic. You could also see saying that the Renegades still fancy a piece of this pie.
And Renegades know that it's two players, and they know that's potentially
Knight's down a player.
pick up. And if they have any indication of Knights,
I didn't see anybody drop.
The top dogs of the lobby.
They're down, like they have
leaders,
the
and that would be
their
great
caustic's
news for
dead.
the likes of Lazarus, the likes of Ghost.
Oh, I see the gold
overall
longbow now.
standings at the moment, Knights are in 21st. They are one position short of those
Yeah, they're
playoffs,
like
but
show more
you'd
C9.
imagine that they would, stay in at least top 2 here, even if they had their
Oh
worst
yeah,
game.
I see that. He is
They could
down.
have a terrible game.
Like, don't
Actually,
even-
no.
like, don't
Knights
even-
is down in Gibby, dog. Not a caustic.
Those playoff positions after play-ins.
Like, it's cool that they're showing this like close, intense fights or whatever, like for some teams, but like if their teams like, cause I forgot what where RNG is at, but if they're like not even close to finishing in the top 5 or something like that, it's like switch off and put it on a team that's like close or something, you know?
Yeah, I can imagine.
You know what I'm saying?
It's going to be a very interesting story to watch develop.
Are we seeing a
over the
bit of a
next
bubble
few
push
months.
here?
Maybe year or so of Apex Legends Global Series this season. So much individual
It
skill mentioned
switched.
about their arenas
So
dominance.
I don't even know what this team is. Their names are weird.
Having the best of days, or I should say
Moan,
the
I
best
guess.
of weeks, the best of seasons so far.
Say I'm still on Renegades because they are sitting right there up against this other team. I can't remember who the other team is right second, but they're sitting there up against them. I think they're up against Nobles,
One big game could do it, and just as we jumped
and they're
away,
kind of got like a little
Renegades
standoff
have
going
actually
on.
been jumped on. Knights have been able
Dude,
to
you
pick
got
up
I
some
gotta
big
read you this
kills, and
comment.
Renegades will
This guy
fall.
put on my
Knights come
one
out
of
on
my
top.
tier list videos. He goes on TikTok. He goes, any legend is an S tier legend. It just he said any legend is an S tier legend. It just depends on who's playing the legend. So he's saying all legends are equal. It just depends on who's playing them.
But see, that's not even a valued comment because I've literally watched content creators, pick up a legend that they don't hardly play or have hardly played before, and
now Madness just turns into a death box, and the banner's going to have to try and be retrieved.
it would take them several hundred games to make that legend even viable.
Yeah, his comment. I just replied and said super yikes, but he's basically trying to say like every legend is equal, even though like with all their abilities, they're all the same. All the legends are the exact same. It just depends on who's playing.
That's absolutely bullshit.
Yeah, it's just completely wrong.
Have to use that Phoenix kit. Some shots were coming in.
I had one guy say that Horizon's the best solo legend in the game.
Gaming try and push up as a 2 here. They've got to retreat
I
away
was
from
like,
that
oh my god.
area, but at the same
Horizon?
time, they know that they are running straight into
It said maybe used to be.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, definitely a strong case. Season 7 when she first came out, absolutely. Definitely a strong case.
To try and secure these very important and very difficult to come by pro league points. They could drop from 3rd place to
Wraith and
7th
Pathfinder
place
are
quite
still
easily
far
if
superior
they
as far
drop
as
out in the
solo
early
legends.
stages of this game. So they really need some placements to work with.
Panda's not quite connecting with the flat line on the player, going across the zip line to the top.
Madness is
tower
dead.
The way that he would have wanted to. A little bit of damage done though. Only
Ghost Gaming is pushing on somebody.
points now away from leveling up that.
I think
Evo
this is
shield as
Madness'
well.
second team that
Scamming
he's
out the
been
team
on.
landing on the high ground as well. We're just checking the bottom of this zip line below from that tunnel.
Alright, did you like how Madness went down and instantly got thirsted?
Yeah.
Team does see some damage being taken.
Dude, you think when we thirst or something like that is crazy.
No, what I was getting at by that was not like the fact that he was down and thirsty, the fact that it was part of that awareness thing, dude. Like both of your teammates just got wrecked. Why would you solo push in like that?
Yep.
Why didn't you back up immediately? That way you could cover and still have.
Harmonious are going to have to fight in some of our 2 versus 3 here as TSM are overlooking all the action.
TSM taking a very different approach to the zone as well. If you noticed before, they were trying to play that building that was kind of a little bit more northwestern to where they find themselves now, and they're trying to command the high ground and trying to command as much of it
So
around
it's the
Overlook
same
as
thing
those
on
rocks will be where
Steam.
they were looking to play a little bit later on in the game. For now, Reps is under a lot of pressure here, and Reps was trying to hold down the tower, but the pushers come in. Verholst is trying to move up to keep his teammate alive and maybe look to get that res, but TSM a little bit split across the map, and Ghost are taking advantage.
Yeah, TSM have to make
Well, it's
sure
a good
they
thing
get
we're
around.
figuring this
Reps is
out now.
rolling
I don't know why
trying to
my
get back up. Pandas will be eliminated, crawling away on the floor, and it looks like
Say
TSM
something, Rob?
are going to be okay. A little bit of a scare, and I think maybe they'll be counting their lucky
it's not
stars
that.
that it was a team of 2 that pushed them rather than a team of 3.
No, it's definitely not that.
Now trying to move up on it, but recognizes
something?
that he's still got to wait. He's got to hold that trigger
There we
discipline
go.
for just a few
Well, no,
seconds.
I was loading
Says
it
his
up on
teammates
Steam,
were
and
still
it did the same thing.
in a position to help as Reps was popping those meds to get back up to full health, but NRG are chilling.
But
right
it was
now.
cut
This is
now.
the,
1 second, I'm
very
gonna
definition of it. Not a lot of action. Snow surrounding them. No heaters inside.
I'm gonna go back to Origin real quick and load it up on Origin.
For success in that late game.
See if that changes anything.
With that, you saw in the kill feed as well, both members of Ghost Gaming were eliminated. So 17th position. They were in
I don't know
third
why
before this game
it's like
started,
cutting out
but
and stuff
now
like that.
The likes of Premier GG, Team Liquid, Absolute Monarchy that we're watching right now.
I am.
With a really easy opportunity to overtake the likes of Ghost, and top 3 has been blown wide open here with their early elimination. They'll be kicking themselves a little bit. That fight that they weren't able to
Yeah, I'm not sure why
win
it's doing
all
that.
the way down in Vault really hurt them. They tried to
Can you
back
hear me?
off, they tried to stay alive as a 2 just to play placement, but in the end, falling 17th.
Liquid looking to do some damage, and big damage coming in from the charge rifle of Nocturnal.
Can you hear me or no?
75 is going to get the crack, snap, and the pop of the shields. Absolute Monarchy now making a little bit of a late rotation in towards Climatizer, right into the center of zone, and
Why
like
is
a little bit of a sticky
Discord?
situation here. The bubble's not going to cover them in the way they would have wanted, but it will cover them just enough. Stomper's going to be taken down, and maybe it won't cover them enough, as now Exile is trying to escape. He'll go down as well. It's all up to Sung now. Out on that low ground, barely any HP to work with, but will be able to get this battery off,
Why
you would
is
imagine. But don't step on
Discord
the
being
lava,
so
that would have been the
weird?
worst way to close things out.
Testing.
Don't step on the lava!
Don't step on the lava!
Sounded like my mum. Not that my
Okay.
mum's ever told me not to step
You hear
on
me
lava.
now,
It'd be
Rabbit, or
worrying
no?
if she ever had. Like,
Gaskin, famous for his volcano hunting.
don't just talk about volcanoes. It looks like he's just going to be able to survive. As Absolute Monarchy have to try and make sure they
Why
stay
is
alive.
that
Otherwise, the
happening?
likes of TSM, NRG, C9, who are in the mid-table right now, will be looking at these kill feed going down, the kill feed going down, saying, hey, you know, we can really start to pick up some places here. There are big pro league points available if we can get to the late game, if we can get to that
Discord
final
real
3.
quick.
You've got to imagine with the talent that's on these rosters, they're always going to expect to have the ability to get into that final
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, TSM have had a
Close
bit of
that
a
out.
head-scratcher this game, and the reason that I say that is when we were here before, we saw an almost identical-looking zone. Where they were playing, it ended up pulling away from it. This time, they've tried to adjust their strategy a little bit, play the other side of zone, And surprise, surprise, the zone has pulled back the other way. So TSM maybe want to switch those rotations around a little bit if they were able to have that crystal ball.
Task manager being
future,
real slow right now.
You can see they're going to have to move, but they have done pretty well to pick up KP that we saw a little bit earlier on as a 2. And they do also have the banner, so if they can find a little mobile res beacon around, they might actually be able to get Joey back into this game.
Yeah, what's important is the Knights have stayed alive here. If they had gone down early, it really would have opened the door to the likes of Lazarus and Premier to maybe take first position away from them. But now they can just play the
Should not be that slow just
at
because.
very minimum into the top 8 to secure some extra placement points alongside the KP they've already got. And this is going to need a big game from those who are behind them to actually wrestle them away from first place. We'll see how it plays out as we get further into it. As Oxy Aries is the first to fall, so Era Eternity in a spot of bother.
Big damage coming in from Team Liquid. Let's jump into a listening now with Team Liquid as they try to clean up the fight.
They're in the corner. I'm marking it.
Team Liquid.
Look at my full. Where is he? Another team, back up west.
They're gonna get killed.
Okay.
I got tethered, dude.
Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Are they full dead?
I got one of my kills.
Okay, they're gonna push.
So let's dump steam real quick.
Running out of sniper ammo here. I only have 40 here.
How the hell is
drop
that?
You drop me yours and fucking go grab a gun. I don't know where. There's another team on that side. And I can't. Okay.
Task.
All right, get ready.
Is that open? I think it is, but like, can we just play height? Is
The
height not the play?
wallpaper is using up that much of my CPU.
Yeah. We just take height. Yeah.
What?
Okay, come down here.
Task. Holy crap.
We should go earlier than later.
32% of my CPU.
Sure? Yeah. Because everyone's gonna be fighting.
Right.
That's
and these guys
crazy.
are covering for 100%.
What's our backup plan if it's not safe?
Backup plan, we're just landing low.
Okay.
This team's taking high ground.
Okay. We're landing low.
Yeah, land low.
Alright, let's open Discord.
No one here. We're safe. Grabbing the sniper ammo.
Look here.
What the hell?
Okay. A building above us is not.
It seems like everyone's hitting new notes and hitting the falsetto as we see the rotation coming in from Team Liquid. They do find a very nice place to play here. Charlotte Phoenix on the other side of this wall just trying to survive for now. And they might be looking to maybe re-engage with Team Liquid in a few moments as they all have to force their way forward. That's open.
Let's go to
this is a tiny little circle. 14 teams will be in residence, and that circle is going to move away from the majority of the areas which people are holding here. Charlotte Phoenix being bombarded by missiles at the moment.
Say something.
They should be able to survive. They just need to
I can hear you just fine.
They want to approach this
Gonna pop open Apex again.
Big decisions to make here, because if you're the first to move, you're probably going to die.
Alright, I can hear you just fine.
You've really got to find the right timing, otherwise this
I don't know what it was. I think it's because I had so many Discords open or something.
Cloud9 are picking up kills. Prodigy Aces is the next.
Now you're cutting out again.
To take the high ground, which is what the team we were on board with really wanted to see originally.
TSM have just been nuisances as well. You can see the Verholt is almost like little
flies
buzzing around the doors.
Should be able to hear you a little louder. There we go.
Create a line of sight for another team. All that kind of stuff that kind of plays with the mind.
There we go.
It's fucking stuck at 1732 out of 1873.
What are you talking about?
Also kind of away from the attention
My download.
inside of this main building.
Like, it's just sitting there saying patching files. That's all it's saying.
Yeah, it's gonna take a second. There's a lot of patching, dude. Mine was like 91, or excuse me, 71 gigs or something like that to patch. So. But I got my Discord working just fine to talk to you, so that works out.
Wrestling with the red circle here. You've got to move quickly. This one does tickle a lot.
Certainly does. I think it was Liquid who made that move. Look at the kills
still alive.
Liquid. Looks like TSM was
Big energy's got fucking hot.
Fucking TSM's in a really good spot right now.
I don't know where TSM is.
They just hopped off the main building. NRG's in a real good spot.
Yeah, NRG's already got the next circle.
Yeah, I think they just cracked TSM. I think that's TSM. Oh, this team in front of them is fucked. NRG's in such a good spot. Oh my god.
Knights also
Oh, did TSM get the truck?
Position, so
Is TSM inside that truck? Oh no, they're on that far side.
So I couldn't tell you, but I know they took off. There's so many defensive bombardments going down right now.
See, dude, that's part of why I wanted to play Gibby so much, man. Because he's been in the meta for forever.
Holy shit, the number of cracks that Locker just got, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw that.
Finish off some kills here and get some loot on board for NRG, but this is setting up to be an impressive final zone here. You can see the three teams that we have remaining, and they're going to make a ballsy play here. They're actually going to take to the skies, but not allowed to land.
Oh my god, who just got killed out of the air?
As the shots coming in from Nathan,
I don't know, but we literally just went from fucking
back into the death screen, but down to 2 teams.
Team versus team, bro. NRG versus
14 behind.
Who's NRG fighting?
Knights coming into this game. They were in 4th position. I mean, just a victory.
I don't know. I'm
here
watching
should
NRG's
guarantee
perspective.
second place.
It's P. It's I don't even know.
It was
PGG.
TSM, dude.
PGG.
So we'll have to see
Dude, it was TSM.
They shot TSM out of the
NRG
year?
were down in 10th on 27 points, but they could
No,
really
no,
make it
TSM's
play
going out right now.
Top 4, top 5 with a big performance here.
I'm already on the last 2 teams.
Well, TSM's dropped. They just dropped TSM out of the air.
Yeah, that's who it was. They were out of the air.
Premier are trying to make their move up. They have done a pretty good job here, Premier, to be honest with you. To be able to close that ground, recognizing the opportunity that this
Oh my god,
presents
this
itself
pillar
to
fight's
make
gonna
this
be
just a
nuts.
straight 3v3. A little bit of chip damage being done by both teams, but Nathan
So right now we got energy right behind the pillar, right?
Yeah, they're fighting PGG.
They do have the armor swaps available as now you
NRG's got this. NRG's got this.
Dude, they've got the cover, they've got the hills, they've got everything they need.
Yeah, man, NRG just won.
Oh no, he just hit the fucking portal.
Nah, NRG just won, dude.
9 kills.
I'm ahead of you right now.
There for NRG, a 21-point game or something around that would really propel them up that leaderboard.
I thought you were calling it. I was like, oh, what?
Yeah, dude, I was like, I'm like saying like, oh shit, this is what's happening.
Top teams falling in the early stages of that one, but for Premier,
No, I thought you were
they
like,
also put the points on
you
the board.
predicting.
They're also
Oh no.
get the claim of top
I don't know
two.
how
I
I'm so
think
far
Knights
ahead of
have
you on
probably done enough to secure first
on
place.
Maybe because you're
Delighted
on
we will
the
get
live
confirmation,
stream or
of course,
something. I don't
once
know.
we see those overall
You're watching
leaderboards,
play.
but
I'm watching play
ultimately, a
Apex
very
on
difficult final
Twitch.
circle to play. I like
Yeah, I'm
that
watching
TSM
Global
tried to
Series
go for
on
that approach, tried
YouTube.
to shoot themselves
wonder if
into the
maybe
sky
that's
when their
why.
backs were against the wall, but it was a 14-kill game for NRG. 26 points in total will put them at 53 overall, which actually
If you
isn't
tell me where
that
it's at,
far
yeah.
off being able to finish top 2.
Yeah, I said how this final game is going to really have an impact on those final standings.
And that was the last game, right?
Putting up a bomb like
Yeah, that was game
It
6.
certainly will be catapulting, projecting them
TSM
into the
took third. That was a big
stratosphere.
game for them.
Exactly, they might go that far up, and I think I said
Big
it in the
game.
game. It was like
Big,
they were on
big
the
game.
one side of the map that no one else was when that circle started.
They
to
needed
close,
that.
and
They
were just
really
had
needed to
opportunity
win the
farm
game,
lobby,
but
and farm they did. Premier GG, a good result for them in
you
second.
see why
place.
Gibby's
See
just
them
so
almost
important,
manage to
man?
push
He
NRG, but
just
that final fight, they just looked like it was always going to be NRG's, and you see the stats from that game as well. Sweet putting up a big amount of damage for Rocker, breaking 2k for his team. Big mix up from the Gibby.
Math is hard. I'm trying to do math in my head. We'll get confirmed leaderboards, but I just like doing it myself. I'm fairly certain Knights will be on about 60. Lazarus on 53.
Liquid didn't do so hot just
also
there.
NRG on 53.
Nah, not as good
Ghost,
this time.
will drop down. Premier will be on 50.
Not
so
as good.
I think we will see NRG push themselves into the top
Knights
3.
was at
It will
first.
really come down to a tiebreaker as to who was performing
They
better,
got
who got
knocked
those better
down 8.
placements between them and Lazarus. But a mental last game. Today has been
I
really
didn't see
weird
G2. Where's
for North
G2
America.
at?
We've not really seen
I don't know, I
that
didn't see him.
breakaway like we've witnessed in so many weeks before. I guess Knights would be the closest.
I think G2's in
from
a
their
different
game
group
5
because
performance.
this is
Just
B
up
versus
themselves
A.
about
I
10
think
points ahead
G2's in
of
C.
the rest of the lobby, but
Big
certainly
C.
an enjoyable day and a variety of zones as well. We've
But
not had the
G2 is
constant
like
southern
7th
zone
in
we've witnessed for
overall
so many
standings
weeks
to
in the Pro
qualify
League.
for the
It was a
playoffs.
little bit more different here tonight.
That's what
Bro,
all,
they were-
that's what all these games are for.
They were talking about sweeps damage, bro. Rocket's over here with 2K.
Absolutely. And Rocker, I want to bring this back to some team comp conversation, which can
They're doing like the
kind of feel a
breakdown
little boring if I'm being completely honest. And
points,
I hate to
assists,
put it
kills,
that way,
assists,
but
and
maybe not
damage
as spicy
for each
as
one of
we
them.
have seen in other days,
But
and certainly
they
in
were
other
talking about how
regions.
Sweet it was putting up
Let's
some
take a
big
look at
numbers, and he
leaderboards
had
here. We just
1,400
see some of
damage
the
when
highlights here. I
never
will say, Rocker, we just
Rocker
talked
was
about
sitting
it.
there with over
2K
2K.
damage on the Gibby. That's already impressive. I mean, that is like the
Yeah,
silver
2K
bullet.
damage
So
on the Gibby,
what
she
we've
just
seen
said.
in every single winning, I shouldn't say every single, but the majority of our winning teams today in NA have been fielding a Valve. Have been fielding
Say
that
Peyton?
Gibby.
Is that what her name is?
I asked you and Mia
Oh,
earlier.
the girl that's talking with like a half-shaved head. Yeah.
Onset, we'll start with you. Was that a coincidence?
I like the girl that replaced
We also did see
girl.
a couple rings.
It's
She
not a
is
coincidence,
like
no. I think they're two
chatty.
best legends in the game for competitive right now, and I think most of that
She's
2K
kinda chatty, bro.
damage that we saw coming in was from that one defensive bombardment towards the end, where half the lobby was running across the field, and all you gotta do is throw
I
your
can't
ulti
believe they
down
sniped
and you
TSM
bomb
out of the
damage.
air,
So,
dude. That's
it was
crazy.
a good example of how
Everybody focused TSM when they tried to take off in that bubble. Everybody focused them.
that defensive bombardment in a more offensive way.
Yeah, they were behind that rock in like the most vulnerable spot.
If you look at, you know, how class the team is, you know, what kind
That
of
was
class
an
they are
unfortunate
when it comes
circle
to
for them,
fights,
to
when
be
it comes
honest
to
with you.
3v3s, what kind of presence
Because
they
they
have. How simple NRG made
they
that
got
last
cooked on
fight
the
look,
rotation twice.
even though
Yeah.
it was not simple in any sort of way. It just gives an indication of what a good team they are.
Well, let's take a look at how good of a team they are
That
because
great
we
winter
have
skin
the
is
leaderboard
real
ready,
nice.
which
Yeah,
means
there
you
we go,
don't
right
have to
there.
do
You
no math,
just watch all three
guys.
boxes fall.
Oh,
Yeah.
and here we
So
go.
TSM took 6th.
Wow, Gaskin,
Knights took 1st with 60. NRG 2nd.
just good.
Lazar at 3rd.
I mean, my math was on spot.
Liquid actually did
On
alright,
spot,
man. They
spot
took
on, that's
4th,
the way.
5th.
My math was good.
They didn't
but
have a
my
very
English
high
is
placement
just
in that last game.
Bad.
53 for both NRG and
Yeah,
Lazarus.
G2's
Premier
not
just
in
dropped down
this
ever
one.
so slightly, but
They
look,
should
drop
show
for Ghost
overall
Gaming from third
standings
position all the way down
because
to
there's the 4
7th. They were
groups.
able to achieve no points there. TSM also bumped
And the
themselves all the way
overall
up to
standings,
6th
you need to be in
position.
the
They
top
had a nice
20.
little comeback. That just shows how tight
You gotta be
this
in the
lobby
top 20.
was. Energy going from 10th to 2nd with that victory. It was just madness.
Got
But
first, Energy got
unfortunately, not
second,
enough to try and
Lazarus
take down
3rd,
Knights.
Premier
Knights did
4th,
really well to
Liquid
survive.
got
Just think how
5th,
different that could
TSM
have been
6th.
if Renegades had taken down Knights in that
Ghost
initial
Legacy
gunfight we saw.
TSM
right
was
at the start of the
9th
game.
before that
NRG
game.
would have won this lobby.
So they jumped up 3 spots.
Yeah, you see the arrows?
Well, and on
The
that
arrows
real
up
quick,
and
as
down?
we go
Yeah.
to our regular season
NRG
standings, I wanna
jumped
note
up 8
NRG
spots,
up by
dog.
8.
Yeah,
the
dude.
only team coming
That game,
into
they
this
clapped.
NA group A versus B to be in the top 5.
See, that's what that's what's so crazy. See, overall standings. Here you go. This is what you need to. So this is the pro points that they earn from these games, and this is the overall standings you need to be in to make it to the playoffs. TSM is 4th now. G2 is 8th, but they haven't played yet. I think they play tomorrow. Because tomorrow should be C versus D. I don't know. This one started real late. I think they normally start at like 7 or 6. But you see all these teams that like didn't make it, or like they're not even close. The points that you see on this list, these are the pro points they earn from these games that like you watched today. So where you finish, like these teams that finished today, it equals a certain amount of pro points, which is the points that you see on the board right now. And you have to have enough pro points to make it into the playoffs. You gotta be one of the top 20 teams.
NRG's 1st, Esports is 2nd, Sentinel's 3rd, TSM 4th.
Yep.
Complexity. G2 is 8th.
Yeah, man. But that's what I mean. I think groups C and D play tomorrow. I think they play tomorrow.
One good week, so one good performance on Sunday, and you can definitely jump into that top 20. And even with a team like Monas, who are on like 2 points, if they were to win that week,
Pretty sure they play
12,
tomorrow.
they would jump up into that top 20.
I know, it feels good to actually be able to understand what the fuck's going on.
You've got a chance if you can have one of those.
Yeah, so all these day tournaments, these are all the qualifying matches to get to the playoffs. And then the playoffs is like the,
even if you've secured those
like that leads up to like the Apex Championship match, you know, just like in Call of Duty.
Because at the end of the day, this is their livelihoods, right? These are professional players, this is their job, and you've got to earn your money in a job like this.
Well, all of these matches, like these 6 matches today, wherever place you finish, that's going to earn you a certain amount of pro points. And those pro points is what you need to qualify for the playoffs. And once you're in playoffs, then it's just, hey, it's those 20 teams playing in the playoffs until there's a crown champion. So you got 4 groups of 20 teams. So what do you got? Like what? 40 or 20, 40, 60? You got 80 teams playing for the playoffs?
I'm looking at Azura. I think the man had a really
So you got 80 teams playing for 20 slots? You know what I mean?
Very impressive to watch. I think
So you got plenty of opportunity. You know, there's plenty of opportunity.
First place
All this does is make me respect you a little bit more.
Names that we do have in this lobby. This is one of the toughest lobbies I think that we have in North America with how competitive it is, and it shows.
I don't even think I'd have the heart to try to fucking qualifiers, let alone.
So difficult
Dude, and that's the thing. The matches like today that you watch, so this is the day 5, quote, quote. So they've already done this 4 times before, right? They're doing it, I think, 6 total days, I believe. And then the total points will make the playoffs. Oh, there you go. So,
I think that a team I'm going to go for maybe.
so then you have
as an impressive
these
finish as
ones,
they did
but to
start,
get to
but
these
certainly
ones,
throughout the
you
day,
have
there
all
was
the
some
smaller
amazing fights
qualifying
from
matches to
them.
get
And
to
that's the
these
absolute
ones.
monarchy. It's
That's
gonna
why,
be
like,
I love
the
Russell's Exile. I think he
the
performs
ALGS
fantastic
stuff that
things
pops
to
up,
allow the team to achieve
you know,
really impressive
to
results.
qualify,
So
there's
they were
so
holding
many
out so
teams. There
many
was probably
other teams
hundreds of teams
from the high ground, and
trying
they
to
weren't
qualify to
missing
play
their
in
shots.
these
The
matches that
Kraber
you
stuff
just
we were seeing
watched.
from Absolute Monarchy and Exile in particular.
And then once you made it to these matches, then you got to qualify again for playoffs, which is by getting those pro points.
Don't step on the lava from onset, which I think was
But
Absolute Monarchy just
at each of those qualifying matches, like there's still money you can win. So like people are gonna win money from today's matches, but then you get the pro points to continue on playing throughout the pro league. You know, it's not just like, hey, you're playing in all these qualifiers, you don't earn any money until you get to this level. You know what I mean?
Yeah, honestly, I don't know if I could like do that because I couldn't look at this like a job. I'm doing this to have fun. I'm doing this recreation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'd like to be good, but it's just if I had to do this to make a living, and I'm not just talking about street, but if I had to like get in these tournaments to make a living, I don't think I'd like competitive games very much. I don't think I'd like gaming very much at all anymore after that.
See, and what you just said is partially the reason why Asu backed out of competitive, because he saw what it was becoming and how it's played and the toll it took on him, and that's why he stopped playing Pro League. Like, dude, if you watch Asu, like he hardly plays ranked.
Of course, we are knee deep
Sorry, man.
in our ALGS.
No, you're good. I'm just saying, he's a remarkable player, dude. That's the thing.
Oh yeah, but he, you know, personal reasons and like the toll it took, and then there's a video of him talking about it, of how he believes ranked has become, or what it's become, or not ranked, but how competitive is, and he doesn't like it, so he didn't want to play in it anymore. Same thing with Dizzy. Remember Dizzy? Dizzy stopped playing, and he was cracked. That dude was cracked when he first started playing Apex, bro. Like, it was him, Asu, and then I can't remember who their third person was for NRG, but that team was cracked.
Dude, I've been watching a shit ton of Jane, dude.
I think this is a team that could really make waves in the Apex scene, so I'm excited to see what they do in the future.
Well, one team that certainly has made waves today is Knights, of course. And
Match day 9.
Standing by with Asura, a guy that we've been talking about for the last few minutes. Let's hear what he has to say about today's victory.
I'm trying to see, like,
Fallout here joined alongside Asura. Congratulations, man, on the well-deserved win. Asura, former member of Solar Fide, South State.
I don't think I'm gonna get a game in tonight.
You guys win your
No, you're fine, man. I mean,
ALGS first place finish in a
like,
series
getting everything
overall.
set up and just chilling, watching the ALGS is pretty nice. So.
Coming, and I always felt like we had the potential, and we were just, you know, faltering every time. And it just feels really good to finally like win something in ALGS.
So you have the Challenger circuit, which is how you get to the Pro League, and then once you get to the Pro League, then you have all these matches to play in.
Right there on the cusp of kind of breaking into that top 3 and breaking into that kind of greatness category. What was different about this squad this time around?
It's hard because we have Guild, who is by far one of the most, like, he's got the most potential out of a controller player I've ever seen, and I'm so glad I picked him up. And then we have Joey, who is returning from like being retired basically, and so like it's just, we had to grind the wheels, we had to just grind this energy out. It was always there and it was always showing, but we just couldn't
So check it out,
it
dude.
until today.
You
It just
had
showed, like, we
preseason
like, we had,
qualifiers.
like, a hard
These are the
first 3
qualifiers for
games, and
split
then
1 of the Pro
the
League.
last
Okay.
2, like game 4 and 5,
So you had to qualify to get to
destroyed
split
everybody.
1. What you just watched was split 5. Okay.
I want to actually ask you about Game 5 specifically.
So
These guys, third-party
once you
global,
qualified
TSM comes in, swoops in,
and you
almost
made it
takes
to
out. One of you are able
the
to survive,
split
people survive
portion,
and end up winning the game.
now you've
Walk me through
qualified
what
for that,
happened
so
there
you
in that
play
game.
in those.
So we saw Noble the entire
So
time.
split
and
one
we-
was in
and kind of
October.
went way early, and we saw
And then you
they had
have
whites, and I was like,
Challenger
okay, we're
Circuit
taking this.
split
Like,
one,
they have whites,
which
they
already
need to
happened.
die, and we just followed them basically. And they went up on top of the hill, and they should not have gone up there. That spot.
And then
is
in
not very good.
January,
and we just crouched
you got the
up side
playoffs.
and just shot him in the
Like,
back,
it's
and I got
such a
3v.
long
It
process,
was
man.
unfortunate that Guild got stuck and went down. Otherwise, that fight is
So you got to
a clean wipe,
qualify
and
to
we
make
even
it
were good.
to the
But,
splits,
you know,
the match
stuff
days.
happens.
We just watched match
We
day
took the L
5.
on that, and I ran away, and I played my life as hard
Right?
as possible.
Is that what we watched?
Thankfully, TSM went back to their spot and left.
No, we watched
And
match
I
day
went to front
9.
banners. I tried to
Match
right
day
then and
10
there,
is
being a little
tomorrow.
greedy with that.
D versus C.
And then how came stop
And then
this,
match
I was
day
like, "Alright, I gotta
11
peace out." So I went all
is
the way
B
to the
versus
Nameless
D
across
and
from
A versus
Siphon.
C
And
this Sunday.
just, but we got 2 blues. They got looted out of their minds. And we just walked all the way back into
Like,
our
it's
spot
like it's a
and
full-time
just
job.
chilled, basically. And
Jessica Baker, I don't know what people are
played like
putting
a
in chat.
textbook
It's so
game.
weird.
We took a coin flip, super
It's
late,
such a process.
and landed on top of PGG, and they weren't watching their back, and we just.
But
took
you
high
are
ground from
winning.
them,
You're
and
like
we just
winning a
won the
bunch of
game off that
matches.
play.
You know what I
If
mean?
we die there, we die there. If we win from that play.
Yeah, that was an insane game from start to finish, that's for sure. Last question I'll ask you. I mean, I think a lot of pro players, if you ask them, put a lot of respect on your name.
Right.
Controller player, 24 years old, American controller player. But a lot of kind of general fans might not know who you are. If you don't mind, walk us through your story, your journey, and how you got here so far as the last question.
All right, chat. I appreciate you guys being here. I'm glad I got all the audio and everything set up. This was the first stream for YouTube, and I'm glad everybody was a part of it. And I'm glad we got all the audio and everything all figured out, and all that's great. So let's do that. Let's go back in. Let's make sure we can hear this.
Last question I'll ask you. I mean, I think a lot of pro players, if you ask this, a lot of respect on your name, top controller player, 24 years old, American controller player. But a lot of kind of general fans might not know who you are. If you don't mind, walk us through your story.
Let's make sure my game audio is working just fine too, just to be sure. Just to be sure.
Pursue a career, and I got really good opportunities every time. It took a while. Like, it took me a year.
I'm pretty sure it is.
To have that
I can hear it just fine, but
placement or anything like that. And I had to learn from myself, my mistakes, constantly build myself up.
ALGS watch party, baby. I can hear it just fine on my headset. Should be able to hear it just fine. Yeah. Everything's just fine in there. Popping off. Woo! The delay is really long though. So next time I gotta fix that. I gotta put the lower latency on. The delay is really long. But we got all that working, so.
For me too. Like, through this entire journey, he's always had my back, and I appreciate both of you guys.
All right, chat. I really do appreciate everything, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're going to be back tomorrow night again on YouTube. So thank you guys so much. As always, stay gaming, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Let me see here. So, do this, end stream.
Thank you.
Okay.